Well, as you can hear, you.
There you go.
Yep. Well, okay.
90s R&B for you people. 90s R&B.
That's what they're calling it. That is what they're calling it. That's not what it is, but that is what they are calling it. So this is a conscious reconstruction show. We couldn't figure it out. Ash is in the building. Fucking Big Dog is here. Bitches Jones. You know, it's your host, What's Up Most, a.k.a. Pretty Tony.
Pretty.
A.k.a.
That's a new one.
Mirror on the motherfucking wall.
Ooh.
Who's the prettiest of them all?
Ooh.
Ask your bitch.
Ooh.
A.k.a. Tony Berry Gordy. A.k.a. Mr. Who Wants a Podcast. A.k.a. Maximilian. A.k.a. Rest in peace, Young Nip.
That part.
R.I.P.
Yes, that part.
Yeah, so I feel like obviously we're going to start off with, you know, a little rest in peace to Nip. And where were y'all and how do y'all feel about the situation? What happened? Are we all fans or?
I was pissed the fuck off.
Why?
I was mad as fuck. Why was I mad?
Yeah.
Because it's Nipsey. And I never really knew Nipsey for his music. I really only knew him for being a positive figure in the brown community, I would say.
Yeah, I didn't know anything about him, so could y'all explain, like, the things that he did? Because I think, literally, he played a music video with him on an airplane one night. We was chilling.
Yeah.
That's the first time I saw him. I'm like,
who's
who's this fine-ass nigga here?
So
And
my
then,
favorite thing that he's probably done is create this program called Vector 90, which is a program for inner city students in Los Angeles area that can go and like basically learn science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. STEM basically, to get them like prepared for Silicon Valley, which is maybe 4 or 5 hours away. So just shit like that. Actually purchasing all the buildings where he used to actually sell drugs and shit like that at, and then turning them into stores and actually opening up businesses. He just bought 2 commercial properties before he passed away. He actually rapped about that in the song, and he was going to turn those into low-income housing.
oh, okay.
So
he was bringing healthier food over there.
yeah, just like a real pillar for the community, and like standing up for like shit that should be cool and behind the scenes, and not like just for like black culture, but like for gang culture, like going. And he's from Rolling 60s, so that's a Crip affiliation, but he would go to like Bounty Hunters, which is like a really violent blood gang in California, and he signed in people who are like affiliated with them, and like just like bridging gaps and shit like that. So just like a real just stand-up dude all the way around.
Okay.
He's made some comments, like, just to give, like, full coloring on him that people took as homophobic. But what he said was, here's a picture of strong black men where you don't see any no thugs, no homosexuality, no nothing like that. He's like, what his thing was like, there's no media agenda being pushed is what he was trying to get at. And he didn't necessarily say it the most eloquent, and so that was like kind of a backlash. But that, other than that, that's the only real thing that I can think of that people might want to say is negative towards him.
Okay.
But other than that, like, solid all the way around.
All the way.
It's pretty profound.
Yeah, no, like, also was killed by a dude from the same gang as him.
Fuck nigga.
Probably not the same set, just same like overarching like Rolling 60s affiliation, but basically like a known informant. And so Nip was just like, you a rat for real, but like not like that, just like in a polite way, like, we're not rocking with you over here, you gotta go. Right. And so he got mad about that. And came back and shot him 6 times, once in the head, and kicked him. And
that shit pissed me off.
Yeah, that shit, when I watched it.
Like, man,
And like I normally don't watch videos like that, but I had to watch it. Like
that's how I felt. I
like,
had to
I
see
had
it
to
for
see, like,
myself,
Nip.
like,
I, like,
and how
just-
everything went down.
I've
I've
couldn't-
seen clips of it, but
I had to
I
watch
just
it.
Nah,
watched it
I had to
before.
see that, like,
Yeah.
because I couldn't believe, like, me and him were doing a show
Mm-hmm.
when we found out Nip got shot.
hmm it was actually right after the show.
By the time we finished doing the show, Nip had passed away,
Yep.
or we had found out that he had passed away. I had to, like, it's still not even, like, super real to me. Just, like, it just seemed like he just finally hit his stride of, like, where he
Yes.
wanted to be. Like,
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
I've been listening to him probably since 2010, 2011. So almost a decade.
Mm-hmm.
And just to see, like, growth in music, growth in, like, behavior and thought process.
He was just.
That's what you want from an artist.
Mhm.
That's what you want
Right.
from a person.
Mhm.
Right.
Like, those are the type of people that you want to be the leaders. People who have experienced things and then be like, all right, so yeah, I know that these are things that I've done,
Mhm.
but this is where I want to be and where I want us to be as a community and as a people, and are actually doing things outside of lip service to make those things happen. And so for that to just be like yanked away from the community, and then
Yeah.
especially by somebody that looks like us and is of our community,
Right.
makes me
He
feel
was
like
doing so much for the community.
it makes me not want to help. It's like, if I give back and come back, I'm more likely to be injured or harmed by people that look like me
Mhm.
than I would be if I just stay away.
Mhm.
And that's the fucked up reality.
Mhm.
It is.
And like, he got killed like that. Chinks died like that. Why can I? Who else? I can't remember his name. And he was super. He was on Lil Wayne's Lollipop.
Oh.
Static.
Static
Yeah.
Major.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got killed like that. Like, all these just like, and they were all like doing good in their communities, all
Mhm.
like reforming from who they were and like moving towards a positive path. And it's just like, I guess it kind of also makes me like understand Jay-Z's perspective of where he was like, in his early career, people used to like get on him for not like being in Brooklyn and shit like that. And he was like, I don't need to be there.
Yeah.
My words give y'all that picture and make y'all like basically understand what that is.
Mhm.
And so he just like kind of removed himself for that. But and then so some people are like, oh, you don't want to be in with the black community, but it's like, can we be in with the black community and be safe and be like valued among our own people, or do we have to help from afar?
I mean, the way it's looking, you have to help from afar. The way like niggas are acting nowadays, like even to run off your point, for this exact same reason is why everybody left New Orleans, cause like Boosie talked about it, Birdman and them, they all went to Miami for this same exact reason. Niggas was trying to kill them in your own city, your own hood, like literally somewhere from your block, just trying to take you out.
Mhm.
And for what? Because you mad, you jealous, you got an issue with the situation. And even those people were like, as trash as I think Birdman is, he still helps out in his community. He still does things for his community and whatnot. Boosie is the same way. They help the community, but they have to help from afar.
Mhm.
Because it's too dangerous to be in my own city, where I'm from,
Up though.
where I'm supposed to be able to be comfortable. Hell, and like just thinking about it, when I was younger, I got robbed like at a store
Mhm.
down the street from where I grew up, where I'm supposed to be comfortable. I've been in this area my whole life. I let my guard down for 2 seconds because I was supposed to be.
Shit, didn't you get robbed? Miles and Ian.
Oh, I forgot about that's not even the story I was talking about.
I know, cause that
Yeah.
was
when we were over here, we was in Shaker coming home from somewhere, and well, we ain't get robbed. The dude that was with us got robbed, but like same situation. Like we just walking up the street. We are from here. I've been in this city my whole life. Why should I have something to worry about? Walking on the street, niggas come off the porch. You know, hop on like we getting a little like situation. They just walk off. But the one nigga got robbed because things happen. So
they pull
But-
out a fake gun.
Yeah, I forgot about that too. But the situation I was talking about, dude actually had a real gun. That was with me and
Who was I can't remember where I was at. Somebody called me and told me, "Hey, I just got robbed," and but it was out here.
oh,
There was just a
Yeah,
statistic
people
that
getting
said
robbed everywhere.
it was just a statistic. Wow, statistics said that Cleveland is the second most robbed city
I can
in
believe
America.
it. I can believe
yeah,
it.
like not to stray too far from what we were talking about. Just like it's crazy that you can't be comfortable in your own like area, your own situation. Like this is the type of shit you should expect from like you being in someone else's city, you not being where you're from. But that's not actually the case, and that shit's crazy.
For me, it's not even that you can't be comfortable. It's that if you clearly see I'm doing good, you clearly see I'm a benefit to not only the people that are like directly connected to me, but like the community at large. Why then are you so short-sighted that you prioritize what you want over the good of your people?
Right.
Why are we like that?
Because everybody doesn't think on that level.
I don't know what
You
other
know,
level there is.
Because shit, that's us.
Like, I
but
would say,
him,
like,
I don't think he probably
Just to
never
that point,
had a
like
thought
not people
like
thinking
that.
on a level like some people have a mindset of just where they are. Like you've been here your whole life, you grew up here, and like your area, like maybe it might just be the city itself. That city is like your mindset. You don't know shit outside of that. It's not like I'm not putting up a defense or anything like that. Like that's kind of like the mindset. So it's like this is the life I know. This is what I know. And your mind's not expanded because you ain't never did shit outside of what you've been doing your whole life.
Oh no, I
That's
mean
how
I
I feel
definitely
about,
get that.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about Kodak Black.
You only know what you know.
That shit.
I don't agree
Like,
with the
it's-
Kodak Black statement, just because I
Agree.
feel like
Uh-huh.
at this point he's had, even if in the beginning, I can see where you were coming from, where he hasn't had any semblance of real education or real like experience with the outside world beyond his community. So how would he know how to interact? But he's had money for a while now, at least 3 or 4 years.
Well, he had money before this whole rap shit.
Exactly,
I believe,
and-
so
But
he's always
I
been.
would say with the money and fame should have come like some like, hey, let me get some people in here that can, give me the game and shit like that. And
I don't think
now
it's
you
like
choosing
that.
to be ignorant.
And
so
that's
when-
exactly what I think it
and-
is for
and
a lot
so-
of people. Period.
I would say they choosing to be ignorant, but then I would also say that when you don't have anything to hold on to, it's like you got a home. So if I be like, man, fuck you, you ain't shit, you trash. You got a house, you going back to your home, you going to sleep in your bed.
Facts.
Like what I say to you don't really matter. But if you don't got shit, all you got is your pride, and I shit on you, you gotta go get that back. And for a lot of people in the hood and in impoverished situations, that's all they got is they pride. And so when they feel like that's being taken from them, they willing to do whatever to get it back because that's all that they have. So I can see it from the situation where it's like you don't know anything, but it's also like we got to get to a better position.
Definitely, hell yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, that's what it is.
I feel like
That situation is just trash. That video is trash. I'm mad at the people that was around him because they allowed that man to come back and kill him. Because he shot him, walked away, shot him, walked away, shot him, walked away, kicked him, ran away.
I'm not mad at the people around just because
I'm mad at the people around.
I understand. Like I've been in a situation where there's been like live like gunfire around me and niggas was getting active. We didn't know what was going on, and that split second that people have, that's flight or flight, is real. And most people, regardless of how they think they are flight based. And unless you have like some type of like conditioning or training that's putting you in situations where you're like,
Constantly
all right,
going
I
through
know
that
what to do
know,
or
yeah.
how to deal with this, or that's like your environment, you fucked up.
I'm still mad.
Like me being in the military gave me like I immediately just started a session like, all right, how do we get down? Where do we need to go? And everything like that. But like just looking around, everybody else was like running towards the fucking gunfire. Like why would y'all go towards the exit where we just heard the gunshots at? That don't make no sense. But they just running because they're scared. Just like the people in that video, they just cowering and ducking because they're afraid. They're not registering anything else but their own fear. That
the
shut down
normal
their whole
people,
brain.
yes, that I can understand, but
I mean, the only other nigga that's actually was active got shot too.
oh, he got shot too.
It was Nipsey got shot 6 times. The dude that just got out of prison, he was there for to get close to. That's why Nipsey was there. Nipsey went to the store, just did a quick run, didn't tell nobody because his homie had just got out of prison, and so he wanted to get him some new gear before he went to go see his family. And so that's why they was outside just politicking. And so he got shot, Nip got shot, and then one other dude got shot. I don't know who the third.
His bodyguard wasn't with him.
No, he didn't tell nobody. He just left.
That's fucked up.
He just left to go meet his mans at the store. He's like, yeah, come meet me up there real quick. I'll get you together.
Yeah, that's all bad.
And being a good nigga got you killed. And that's how it always seemed. Being a good nigga get you killed.
Yeah, I think that's why generally when I ask men about it, they're like really profoundly. I'm not saying that women wasn't just as profoundly affected, but more men, I heard men say like, "Yo, I shed a tear because it was just
I cried about
shame." It was, you got to see a symbol, something that was so great, something that inspired greatness in you, just be taken away like that. It just made you like question. Like you said, made you question your people. It made you question like your own like morality. Like, dang, how much time do I really got left? And like you said, even if I do decide to do something better for my people or whatever, is it really like a return on my investment? Like, no. Is it, you know what I'm saying? Is it going to be a fruitless endeavor? That's one of the things I noticed from him passing. Like, I felt like that just kind of took the wind out of people. Like, why can't we get it together? And when we start getting it together,
it's always
somebody pulling out the fucking rug from under our feet.
Seriously,
because
that was the last thing I was expecting to hear.
That is not how I wanted to
I was in disbelief. Like, oh no, it can't be nobody from the hood.
Yeah,
no, he's too left. No, couldn't be.
Right.
I don't believe it.
And it was some hate and just some trash.
Right. Yeah. Everybody was like, had to be conspiracy. Had to be government. Like, nah, it can't be. Then I saw the picture. I'm like,
I mean, and at first
it
didn't make sense because it's like it couldn't be gang related, and it wasn't gang related because Nip is in the hood or was in the hood all the time, 24/7. That's where he felt comfortable, and that's where he should have been able to feel comfortable at his store on the corner where he owns damn near everything. Doing what business owners do, being at their businesses, make sure everything is running the way it's supposed to be, having meetings, shit like that, like not doing anything that he wasn't supposed to be doing. And I don't know, it's just it make you be like, if I do all this good shit,
is it even worth it?
For what?
Shit?
Or I could just be trash and be like, nah, fuck y'all, I'm out.
Keep my shit to myself
and keep it moving, and it don't matter.
Right.
Regardless, y'all gonna hate me. And so you gonna hate me and I'm gonna be alive, or you gonna hate me and I'm gonna be dead. So if the hate's gonna be there, I mean, I don't know. It makes me feel like fuck it, but then on the other hand, I was like, you can't be like that because that's not how Nip would want you to be.
True.
And so it's like, I kind of want to just respect his wishes and shit like that because that's not the type of person he was. But y'all make a nigga just really want to say fuck y'all for real. Just
that shit is just wild, man.
I appreciate that no one really like put up any like trash memes or anything like that about it, which was like amazing for like the whole world to just like be like, you know what, this was a dope nigga that died. We not gonna shit on this.
His family feel bad for Lauren London and their kids and stuff.
And that shit's crazy. Like
that shit is just ridiculously sad. Sad as fuck.
Yeah, nah.
Yeah, R.I.P. Nip.
Definitely R.I.P. Nip. So, how we transitioning out of this?
I just wrote it down. I should have been like, oh, wait, guys. Are there inappropriate things? I don't know. Things that happened that weren't all great. I don't know.
Oh, okay. Well, we can segue into some other just like drama and whatever. Beyonce was accosted by Omari Hardwick.
I really think that video was started, or the video that I saw, the one I keep seeing. I don't feel like the whole video is there. I feel like he probably was standing there talking to Jay-Z.
So what happens is he wasn't standing there talking to Jay-Z.
Oh,
like
shit.
I saw the video.
Yeah, I did too.
I was about to say,
I
because
saw the
when I see
video.
it,
At
just,
first
it
I was
always starts
confused.
with him just coming around.
Well, so no, he daps up Jay-Z,
Yep.
and then walks to Beyonce. Beyonce stands up, and then he gives her the close hug, and then kisses her when he comes in for the hug, and then like when he decides that it's long enough, he goes for another kiss. And then like she looked like she wanted to make a face, but she couldn't because she knew cameras on her, so she fixed her hair. So she just fixed her hair and sat down.
Man, Beyonce.
She was just like, "Oh shit."
He was trying to steal your bitch, Jay. He was trying to, his little fine self.
He was. I didn't know he was that short.
He's married and he's tiny.
He is
Yeah,
tiny.
I was like, what's going on here? I was like, I'm
look,
like the
you
dude
think
from
about it.
Power.
Every
Nah.
time you see him, it's a close-up.
True.
I'm like,
Why are you so small? Oh, look
something's
at you.
wrong with the camera, right?
So cute.
Omari.
Alright, well, that being said, that was pure disrespect, though.
Yeah, no, you
If
can't.
that was the case.
Yeah, no, he shouldn't have did that.
Yeah, you can't kiss my.
Definitely not.
What are you doing, sir? Like, that's-
Definitely
He was a little
not.
too
I
touchy
only
feely.
kept seeing the video where it just started with him just coming around and going in with the hug, and I'm like, he probably was just talking to Jay-Z for a second.
Right. I didn't know that they didn't know each other. Just I'm like,
Oh, they don't?
no.
That's even more
I'm like,
fucked
they
up.
don't know each other. At first, I'm like, oh, he gave her a kiss because they're buddies.
That's what that was like my thought.
and
Like,
I'm like,
buddy.
oh, okay.
Buddy,
No.
don't kiss my wife.
They don't. They're still like, no, don't do it. I'm still like, if it happened to me, will I feel offended? Probably not. If my husband feel offended, I'd apologize. Like, oh, I'm sorry. And he should apologize if my husband feel offended. But if you don't feel
I'm
offended,
putting my
is it
fist
still
in his mouth.
if it's still disrespectful? If your significant other don't be like, what the fuck you over there doing with your lips on my woman?
I feel like just because your
Get
husband,
your ragged lips off my leg.
I feel like if your husband
Yeah.
doesn't say anything,
Uh-huh.
that doesn't change that what he did was disrespect him.
Yeah.
No, I
Yeah.
think disrespect is like a harsh word for that situation, to be honest.
If you put your lips on somebody else's wife or
Mhm.
significant other in front of them, they don't know you, they don't have a prior relationship.
I
What
thought they
else
knew
is
each
it
other.
besides
Mhm.
disrespect to me as I'm standing there?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying.
So
I
what
don't-
would you
I-
call it? You said disrespect
Not
is
just.
too
I
hard.
feel like
So what are you
disrespect
doing
is
to me?
like a no.
What do you? No. This is
Bad.
we're not in
Omari,
preschool,
bad.
Ash. We are not in preschool.
That's a
This is
no.
not preschool. No, no, this is
I
not
can't- I
preschool.
would call it
You know what a
disrespectful.
no-no is?
What?
You making a drunken comment.
That's a no.
That's a no-no.
Mhm.
You putting
Daniel
your lips
Caesar,
on my wife?
that was not a no.
That's a
It's
decision
intention. Right.
that you decided.
intentional.
You kissed her and then you kissed her again.
Ooh.
Like I said, like well,
That's not a no-no.
Like I said,
I'm like, I
in
gotta
the
see it again.
situation,
Shit.
Like you've
I wouldn't have
disrespected.
cared like about the hug in like the first kiss, cause
Right, that's what I'm saying, like, the first kiss, that's where the blurred lines come.
Like y'all celebrities,
Like, how you
that's the type of
disrespecting
shit y'all
me like
do,
that? You
like,
can't
Yeah, that's they
especially,
doing
like,
when
in
they
that
accept
pharmaceutical,
rewards.
this shit can
Yeah.
happen.
No one
No.
was accepting an award.
That's what
They
I'm
were
saying, but
standing.
it's-
I'm mad that you keep talking about accepting awards and no one's accepting an award. And
Right.
always say that's what they do when they're accepting awards.
But I'm
Who
trying
was
to put it
accepting
in
an award?
context,
But
like,
that's not what was
It's
happening.
a common thing that's being
But
done.
that's not what was no.
It's
Yeah,
not
when you on stage.
uncommon.
When you on stage, they wasn't on stage. They was in the
But he
aisle.
was accepting something, wasn't he?
No, they was
What
just
was he
in the
doing?
aisle. They was going to sit down.
Oh. I didn't know that. What were you saying, Marcus?
So like I was
Yeah, the
saying,
second kiss was all kind of
the
close to her
whole
mouth
second
too.
half of the
Yeah.
situation where it would get like iffy for me or whatnot.
And he got
Yeah.
lucky of the day.
Like I
Yeah.
wouldn't have had a problem with the hug and the like cheek kiss. Like all right, whatever, cool.
Yeah.
That's
It's
where I'm
like
like
everything
the,
kinda, and that second one like kind of iffy because it's like you almost missed, you almost actually
Yeah.
hit her lips. Like
No, he almost made it to his goal.
second one.
He missed the first time. He was like,
The
shit,
second
redo.
kiss, I can definitely say, was a bigger.
no, I
oopsie.
looked at him like the
There's a
second
bigger
one.
Why you
oopsie.
keep saying oopsie like we in kindergarten or something? Like you
A
spilled
bigger
some
oopsie.
fucking milk.
It was a oopsie time.
Oopsie,
too.
I spilled the milk. I oopsie him upside his fucking head.
Because I don't know, like you said, like I think the other host was saying like he might have had something too much to drink or something like that. It didn't seem like he was like, yeah, he wasn't creepy. That's what I'm saying. His
I don't
whole
feel like
move wasn't like
that doesn't matter.
Beyonce.
Just because you didn't intend to
Beyonce,
disrespect me,
Uh-huh.
it doesn't mean you didn't disrespect me. Your
True.
intentions don't mean shit. Your actions do. What you did is what we're addressing here. Not what
Right.
you meant to do or what you intended to convey, because none of that shit came across. What you did was kiss my wife twice.
Mm-hmm.
You see how that sound? You see how you just immediately had to start giggling?
Just a big no.
All right, so when some girl just sucks your husband's dick, that's just gonna be a big no-no.
That's definitely disrespectful.
How's
but
that
a kiss,
disrespectful?
Those
are two different
She's just kissing
Yeah,
the
Ain't
dick.
no accidental dick sucking going on.
You went to a whole
Damn it,
nother-
the goddamn accidentally zipped open.
Yeah, like,
Yeah,
you
she just
accidentally-
off the tip.
You got a dick in your mouth?
Yeah,
No,
that's just a no-no.
babe, you're not gonna believe what happened tonight.
Oh my God, my dick fell in the girl mouth. and I
After
didn't
the
know
champagne, I
it was
just
a no.
Yeah, we were just a little tipsy. It was a no-no, right? Yeah, that's what you
just a
said.
big oopsie.
No, my
Yeah.
gosh.
Physical,
And I can't-
physical contact. I feel like kissing and sucking dick is the same thing. Don't kiss my wife.
No.
Don't
She
eat my
kept
wife's
going.
pussy.
It was a no over and
Look at
over
this
and
shit.
over
Look at
again.
Why is
She
he so
probably
close?
thanked her, and then I think
No.
that's like
Oh.
No.
the second
didn't
one
say
definitely.
The second one was close. I don't think he meant any harm
yeah,
by
because
it,
like
though.
you
I
see,
really
like
don't.
oh my God, thank you or whatever he was saying.
Yeah,
like,
I don't
this was
think,
a pleasure,
yeah.
and
I
then
truly don't think he meant anything harm, but any harm.
I don't care
From
what
it.
you meant.
and the
but
second
that
one
don't
was
The
matter.
second
like,
one was definitely questionable. What are you doing, bro?
that's
Get
it.
away.
So I feel like
Big.
y'all can't separate the first one.
The first one.
No. It's yeah, and that's what people keep trying to do. Try to separate. Oh, it was just a cheek kiss the first time. No. It's a
No.
whole entire action. It's a cheek kiss, a hug, almost lip kiss. You got to. It's a whole smooth. He didn't break. Kept give you a cheek kiss, and then the next time almost kiss you on her lips. Like they two separate occurrences.
If it
All that
would've-
shit happened all together. Like
If
he was
it
like,
would've
shit,
just
I did
been
get
the
your
one
lip.
kiss, the
I
cheek
never
kiss and
separated
the
it that
hug,
way
I
in
would have
the
been
first
okay
place.
with it.
No.
Me
I
personally.
I didn't separate it that way.
People
At least
talk
not for
about
this
us.
situation.
For
Oh.
me, the first
I
kiss
separated
and the
it from one.
hug
Me
was
talking about
okay.
it personally.
Mm-hmm.
The first kiss and the hug was okay to me. The second
No.
kiss was where it got
Why?
a little.
Look how close they are.
Brother.
There's no church space.
Oh my goodness.
Why is this? So your genitals and your
This is
significant
no
other
church
genitals
space.
can just be touching?
Booty wasn't sticking
He
out.
probably had to get close because he's short already. So he got to tuck
No.
up in there.
No,
like,
no, you don't gotta tuck nothing. You just allow her to bend down and hug your short ass. Fuck is you talking about? I'm gonna get up, hug, to my booty out as
To
is
my bu-
customary, and you
To
gonna get
my
this
booty
church
out.
hug. Fuck is you talking about?
Thanks, Marietta.
Miss Beyonce.
Right?
Yes,
Miss Beyonce.
better than you slapping my wife down. Why have your lips been on my wife more than once? Why have your wife's been on my wife's lips?
I'm not.
If you Jay-Z, you got Beyonce. There's no other. How are you gonna lose?
Jay-Z can't be
I'm
mad
not-
anyway.
I'm not.
Okay, he done got a whole album made about his cheating ass. Okay, they got beat up in the elevator.
Nah,
Jay-Z,
I
just
can't
take
be-
this
no, but I
quick
can't be
little
mad.
internet
I'm
L.
still sure Jay-Z. Do y'all really think Jay-Z is still out here fucking? As
Yeah.
many as he can get.
No, see, I would be like, no,
Well-
Jay-Z gets to be mad. You want to know why?
Why?
Because Beyonce wasn't happy about it.
Okay.
And so Jay-Z gets to be checked. Everybody's on Jay-Z's side now. Everybody just shitting on Omari.
Was she? She was mad about it. She said something.
The very next Instagram post and shit like that she made was her accepting her award and then kissing her husband.
Okay.
To let y'all know what it is.
Okay.
Because, Beyonce's
Yeah.
shady.
It was. Yeah. I was
Yeah.
about to say. Okay.
It's a
okay.
subtle, like,
It was a spoken unspoken.
yeah.
That's all. It was a spoken unspoken.
Yeah. And so,
Let
yeah.
that bitch tweet. I ain't like that shit, motherfucker.
I ain't like.
That's not how Beyonce is.
don't put
Beyonce
your-
is
I
never
really
going to be
want
like
her
that.
to be one day.
She is
like,
never going to be, like, talking to y'all.
talking to peasants.
I mean, exactly. That's what it sounded like.
Fuck.
Yeah.
You want me to
Never
tweet to
gonna
140
be-
characters to you lowly assholes?
For what?
Never.
She's like, for what?
She was definitely like that in the video.
Right.
For what? On that second one.
Yeah.
For what?
Why
Uh,
did-
look,
I
look, she
didn't
was.
know why he
For
kissed me.
what?
Why did he do that? just where did it come from? He'd already hugged me and I couldn't
Did
get
someone-
away.
Am I getting paid for this?
Like that one video where,
That's the hug. If he was taller, that hug would have been so inappropriate because he put his arm around her shoulder. Now think about it in the context of a real man being taller than her and like pulling her up. That's how you pull your little shorty up. You ain't seen her in a while. You whisper in her ear. You kiss her on the cheek. You know you try to let her know something.
Do this shit right in front of you.
I ain't gonna lie, y'all. If I get that close to Beyonce, I'm kissing her twice.
Listen. If I get that close to Beyonce, I'm eating her pussy.
And y'all thought his shit was bad. All right, all he did was kiss her twice. She gonna take it.
Listen, I get too close. Fuck it. I'm taking chances.
You gonna give it that fucking Samuel Jackson stare?
Amari had a moment. He was like, "This is my chance, nigga.
Exactly.
This is my chance.
When is this ever gonna happen again?"
I mean, he probably did. But no, you can't just be taking chances like that. I mean, there's too many cameras for you to be
in
taking
his mind,
risks.
it might have been worth it. It's
It
like
might
worst
have
case
been.
scenario.
I'm
Jay-Z hit
exactly.
me. It's
Shit,
cool.
if I see
Worst
this,
case
I'll take
scenario,
this hit.
I'm a meme.
Right.
and that's it.
Me Too movement in my ass.
Yeah.
I'm definitely gonna on one of them titties and give her that face.
Y'all think she's attractive?
Beyonce?
Mm-hmm.
I think she's
She
pretty.
cool.
She not somebody I would be like thirsty over.
Yeah, it's definitely better looking women
Yeah,
than Beyonce.
But definitely, but if I was in her presence and I was that close and I was getting a hug, then I would
Right, just because it's
like,
and everybody hyped her
all
up
right,
to this
it's B.
goddess level.
No, she
Okay.
definitely is raw. Like I respect her. You know, I went to her concert and it was pretty
here's
raw.
My issue, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, one, I feel like if it wasn't Beyonce, no one would give a fuck.
Right.
Two,
If it was Wendy Williams,
no one would have gave 3 fucks in a day. They probably would turn the shit into a meme.
I would have clapped like,
My nigga
thank
probably would've
goodness.
been addicted. It's like,
Thank
Omari Hardwick like dudes. Like what the?
I need y'all to stop. Right?
I like niggas. Oh shit.
I'm
were you
sorry.
saying?
I'm sorry. I'm
I lost
sorry.
my point. She threw me off.
I'm so sorry.
All right, I remember.
I'm
My
sorry.
point is that I don't remember.
It wouldn't have been that bad if it was Beyonce though. I don't think. The
Yeah.
the blowback from the internet, because you know the internet, we always got shit to say,
Right.
and the internet is clearly undefeated in all situations.
All the time.
Everything an outrage.
Mm.
Oh, don't you ever.
No, I legit forgot the actual main point. Like,
Sorry, I'm sorry.
the actual speaking point.
Sure, come back around to it.
I'm sorry.
Oh, maybe.
Hey, no
What do you mean,
disrespect
man?
to Wendy.
Point?
Huh?
Oh,
What?
besides the Beyonce and Omari?
What?
No, because I was about to, because I was about to make a point, right?
Oh,
I was like, first off, the whole thing about I feel like people wouldn't care for real if it wasn't Beyonce, and I was about to make another point, and then they started making a Wendy Williams joke, and I started laughing and forgot what I was going to say. So yeah,
how do y'all feel about the Wendy Williams situation?
There's a Wendy
I
Williams
haven't really
situation?
been looking into it so much. I heard she was trying to sell her story.
What story?
Something about her husband. Like I think, are they getting a divorce?
I don't know, but he has a whole second family.
Yeah.
Oh.
Ooh.
Yeah, she got a
Damn.
kid, had a
I'm
house.
not gonna make a joke.
She's been like sick, having like falling spells on her show.
Damn.
She was just rushed to the hospital maybe 2 weeks ago when it was announced, or it was said to be announced that her husband's mistress was going into labor. She came out and admitted that she had a drug addiction problem.
Ooh. Wendy Williams or the mistress?
Oh, she
Wendy
said
Williams.
she had a drug addiction
Ooh.
problem.
Mhm.
What's she addicted to?
She didn't say, but before
Percocet,
she
Molly,
admitted
Percocet?
that she
said
was on
Percocet.
coke. Back in the day, she used to do coke, and she's admitted to that before.
I believe
Mhm.
that.
I
And so people
remember.
speculate that she's back on coke.
I mean,
But yeah,
That's
I
fucked
mean,
up.
it would make sense if it's something she did
It's so
before.
crazy though how you have a whole career bashing people, talking about people, and now your shit out there and you just like
Karma's a
you don't
bitch.
know
Time
what
to
to do.
smell some
But you
cocaine.
always that's what I'm saying. Like, but you make like a part of people's lives hard by putting their shit out there to the media, and now your shit out. You just out here doing all this extra shit.
She's having falling spells and shit.
Yeah,
Oh
like,
man, she kind of like not even be
shit,
funny.
you
She just
know.
seemed like she'd be a lot to deal with in a relationship.
You ain't no shit. I was just trying to imagine that relationship in my head, and I would cheat on her too. Like,
Definitely.
I'm not. I wasn't going to.
No, I'm sorry.
I'm just saying, like,
I mean,
that was really insensitive.
She
I
just seems
guess.
like she'd be a lot to deal with. Just
Yeah, like she would like
and then you dealing
micromanage.
with problems, and I got to deal with your problems because you deal with problems because you always talking about people. So it's like it just seemed like a lot.
no,
Not
from
to,
what I
like,
hear,
be
he's pretty.
disrespectful or anything. I'm just.
He's worse.
Who?
Kevin, the husband. Like,
Oh, okay.
he used to like also do like management for Charlemagne, and Charlemagne started to find that having him as his manager was stopping him from getting a lot of opportunities because of his hostile management style and negotiation style with companies and trying like to stick them up for like big payoffs.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's why his only client is Wendy. And that's also why he doesn't do anything else but spend Wendy's money. So with or without him, Wendy would have been Wendy.
Right.
Watch.
So why couldn't he just be a good step-in? But also, there's speculation and like rumor that he may be like abusive towards her.
I can mean,
You
never
know, I
know.
can believe that too.
That's why I'm like,
I
you never
can't.
know.
Yeah, you really in those situations
never
you
know.
can't. But Wendy Williams getting clocked upside the head and crying, I
You
feel like
wanna-
she would grab something like,
Oh.
"Who do you think you're
That might be
Why
her
you gotta do it like
persona.
that, see? I'm trying to keep it in serious space. I knew you about to say shit about that.
When you make me laugh, no matter how time I look at her, I just see a whole bunch of memes. Like, I'm sorry, they done memed her to death, and like
Yes,
I
they
can't
have.
take her serious.
No,
This is
my
really
favorite
fucking
fucking
sad.
Wendy Williams video is when Whitney Houston like was reading her ass. Like,
Oh, I never seen that one.
it's old as fuck. Like, and it was when she was on that show with Howard Stern.
Ooh.
Howard Stern, I think.
Yeah.
But
I mean, my heart goes out to her. I hope that she beat her addictions, and I hope
yeah,
that
definitely.
the whole second
Definitely.
family thing gets worked out. But
I
you
mean,
know,
man,
her
she
plight
better
is very
fucking go. She
serious.
already made. She better go on to do her thing. If that's the case, she already got her own show doing what she got to do.
Right, she gonna come out the other
She
end.
might as well just go on and focus on herself.
If she
and
leaves
get off
him,
that shit.
he gets half.
Oh well, you fucked up in the beginning. Sounds like.
Hey,
Ah,
I
you ain't
mean,
get no divorce, but you got to get the fuck out of here.
We
Get
separated.
Yeah,
we separated.
Go
Yeah,
live with that bitch.
separation.
What the fuck?
Shit,
We
you know what? As a
separated.
matter of fact, be happy because I want you to be happy. Fuck it. Shit,
Be
you know
happy.
what? Take the house.
Do
I'ma
what you-
move.
Do what you gotta do. You know what I'm saying? Husband.
speaking of divorce, Bezos is keeping 75%. I think of Amazon.
He keeping 75%.
Of Amazon.
Cause
Why not 50?
Oh,
good.
When she was
Nah,
there from the
it's
jump.
alright.
25%. She was.
Nah, it's alright.
25%. Yeah.
No, I mean 25%. Yes, it's something to be happy with, but she was there from the jump
Yeah,
though.
I
Like
mean,
she really was.
She has
though.
the rights to it,
Nah, she's okay.
but I mean, 75%.
Sometimes she's okay.
Yeah, no
Whatever.
one's here like, oh, what the fuck?
What the fuck?
25%.
Shit, give
Oh.
me 1%, my nigga.
Right.
Over here, okay? Just give me one.
But like I
I'll
said,
shake
like,
some
but
with
she
it.
also like has her own money too, so I don't think it really
I
affected
don't
her
give
that
a
much.
fuck. I want all your shit.
Give me 0.5% for sucking your balls. I don't know. I
Ooh.
feel like I'd be great off of 0.5%. You don't have to go to court. Just
Gotta go to court.
just slide me a couple million. You know, somebody's not gonna miss. I don't know.
This
Off
macaroni
the
look.
AirPod sales.
AirPod
You know, the Kindle Fire sales could all go to me.
Listen,
Mm-mm.
that part.
Nobody will know.
That part.
All the Kindle
Listen.
Fire.
Every single transaction.
I
just
want all sales.
wire it to my prepaid my
Anything
prepaid
associated
Cash
with
App
Prime.
account.
So ratchet.
Cash at me, Jeff
Cash
Bezos.
at me.
So ratchet.
Please.
I just don't even have time for you. Cash at me.
Cash
Jeff.
app that. Please. Cash app that.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, you can do it. Yeah,
She a good one though. Fucking with me, I would have been out there. 50, please, thank you.
No, we're not gonna stop until we get 50.
No, seriously, you had me a good
and
lawyer
you paying
too.
court, right? And you paying court
Shit.
fees. Well, she get the company. Do they have children? Do you know that's under the age of 18? Because I'm pretty sure you guys still pay child support on them motherfuckers.
I ain't thinking
I'm
about
not
that. I don't
sure.
know. I feel like they
They,
older.
They
look
said that
like,
they wanna
they
live
look
with
like they
him.
ain't got no
said
children.
what?
But you never.
That
know.
was
When you
lying. I
rich,
just
you
said
have
they said they
something.
want to live with him. They're old enough to
live
choose.
with my dad.
I think
Fuck
I was
that.
Okay,
in.
here's the actual thing. It says, all right, Bezos keeps 75% of the couple's Amazon stock after finalizing divorce. It's over with, 75%. She will give him her interest in the Washington Post and Blue Origin Aerospace Company. The settlement will make her among the 5 richest women in the world. She went from going to be the richest to top 5, which leaves the Walmart lady
You know what that means?
number 1.
Wally,
He had some good lawyers.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they came in there with some
Leave her-
hammers.
Shit, she still gets
Let us nail
35.
this shit up real quick.
They told him 80. They can't do it with the hot 75.
She gets 35.6 billion.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
I support that. I'm happy with that.
Makes
I'm
her the
glad you
4th
have some
richest in the
closure.
world.
I do have some
Divorce.
closure from the divorce. I mean, it was public, so I feel like
Oh
I
no,
have a
I
stake in
fell,
it now.
bitch. Oh,
Oh,
She still
Yeah.
keeps.
Ash is playing a game. No, never mind. Big Dog is playing a game,
yes.
Oh no,
I forgot.
and then also losing.
Yep, I fell.
she
Forgot where I
also
was for a moment.
retained, shares representing about 4% of Amazon's outstanding common stock, making her the 3rd biggest shareholder at the company. And behind her ex-husband and Vanguard, he remains the richest person in the world, even after losing 35.6 billion. According to the latest proxy, Jeff Bezos
Billion.
remained Amazon's biggest shareholder with a stake of 12%.
Billion.
Yeah,
Shit.
he lost 35.6,
You know what,
and he's
man?
still the richest.
Woo! How do y'all think y'all act if you was a billionaire?
If I was a billionaire,
Y'all
first of
never
all,
see me.
I'm gonna be 100.
He'll definitely be a tortoise for real. He'll be calling bitches to the house like his code name would be Tortoise.
I'm not gonna
Yes,
be in the
tortoise.
house. That's the thing.
Tortoise.
I'm being
Tortoise needs 5 young freaks.
all over the place.
How do you explain that to the fucking prostitution service?
Wait, what?
Yes, he needs 5 young freaks this week. 5 young freaks.
5 young
I
freaks
feel
to
like
the
if I
30th
just
floor.
had
To the 5th
$1 billion,
30th
They only can wear grapes.
is it like Jeff Bezos multiple billions, or is it just like 1 billion?
What?
Do I got Jeff
Billionaire?
Bezos money, or do I just got 1 billion?
If I had
More than
multiple
1 billion.
billions,
Yeah, multi-billionaire.
So no, but I need to know, is it Jeff Bezos money?
it's Jeff Bezos
Okay.
money.
Yeah.
So if it's Jeff Bezos money, I'm probably like gonna end up fucked up and ashy. If it's 1 billion, I'll be cool.
What?
So let me explain.
This was a turn.
You know what's crazy? I understand. I get it. I understand why you'd be fucked up and ash.
So let me explain. When I get that Jeff Bezos money and I don't gotta work for it, that means that now I'm bored, and so I'm just about to try and figure out everything that I realistically want to do in life, aka live forever.
That part.
So
No, you be out here fucking 50-11
No.
heart transplants
Ye-
like Rockefeller.
nah, I'm gonna try and become a
This nigga fuck
cyborg.
around, get a second heart.
Listen,
I'm gonna be a whole ass robot on your asses. Fucking Siri in my head. Have a
Yes,
whole
they
conversation.
transfer my soul
Yeah.
to Robot Tony.
Yeah, I'm gonna just dedicate all my money to like brain mapping and all kinds of just crazy
I'm not
shit.
calling you Tony no more. I'm calling you G7.
Shit, fuck it. I'm G7 on this bitch. What you mean? I'm telling you. So
G7
it would just
model
be crazy because I would do things
3.0
like
and
that.
shit.
I'd have like a huge animal preserve, and then I would just spend millions and billions of
giraffes.
dollars on like research and development into like extending life or proving that the afterlife is something to get popping or different dimensions. But you see
That
how
would be cool.
yeah, but you see how I'm just like wasting money.
You just definitely hence to end up ashy somewhere.
Yeah, broken ashy because that's not cheap. I'm gonna just throw money at trying to figure out different dimensions and extend my life.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm definitely gonna end up broken ashy.
Get into it, but that's a lot.
What is We do a show. I know, but we do a show. So if y'all would like to do have the conversation on the show, I know, like
We're sorry.
No, let's chime in. What's your favorite animal?
Yeah, what favorite animal we talking about?
Over here.
We just literally having a conversation about giraffes.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah, okay.
You said
cool.
you would have
Serious
like
business.
an animal thing, and I was like,
animal
ooh,
reserve.
giraffes, because I love giraffes and elephants. And he was like, I don't understand why people are fascinated with giraffes. And I'm like, oh my gosh, it's a giraffe. It looks like nothing else. Like, where did it come from? What did it derive from? Look at it. Like, it's nothing else like this.
I was about to say, we can get into that, but that'll take a long time.
It's a giraffe.
Okay.
There's nothing else like it.
Well, there you guys have it. Giraffes and shit from the gang, because
Sorry.
that's what we needed.
We get sidetracked sometimes.
I mean, no, you're fine. Just
Yeah, if I had that money, though, I would definitely do some positive things.
Oh, definitely.
Yes.
that only animal reserve is my only positive thing.
No, I would probably dedicate at least like, if I had $36 billion, I would.
No, I got
dedicate.
64. They get 10 billion for my animals,
Okay,
and realistically, it's 5 for all animals, and then 5 for dogs.
Okay,
Cause I like dogs a lot more
I
than
like
I like all the
dogs
other
too.
animals.
but I would probably
Except for
dedicate
wolves.
at
Wolves
least,
can
like
be in the dog.
$5 billion to positive work. Just period.
Yeah, no. See, I need that
I
other
would.
50 to try and figure out this immortality, and I'm gonna need all of that.
I mean, I don't know if I want to be immortal.
That's fine.
That's crazy that you said that, because I was watching Vampires. I was watching an interview with a vampire, my favorite
Or
movie, and I was
see-
just like, damn, immortality.
And see, I be wasting money on like the occult shit, paying
Yeah.
fucking doctors
Wanna
and
be a
researchers,
vampire?
trying to figure out some mystic ways to
Fucking
extend my
Twilight me,
life.
bitch.
I would be into all the just.
Hey,
I'd be on
I
like
don't know.
the black market into
Oh,
some shit. It'd be
there you go.
crazy.
If I had billions, that's what happened. I disappear on all that shit.
Yeah.
Cause I got enough money to figure out what the fuck I want to figure out now.
Yeah.
True.
I can pay you to tell me what I want to know.
Mhm.
This is
I
very
ain't gotta
true.
go look for it. I ain't gotta
Damn,
be
that's
all
crazy, yeah.
secretive
This is very
about
true.
it. Nah, fuck that. Here,
Illuminati
Tell me what I wanna
meeting
know.
at 5.
Throw a brick of cash.
and that's
Boop.
the thing.
Tell
I'm
me what I
such-
want to know.
Like, I'm such a curious person.
here.
That that's probably where most
What
of my money
happened?
would go. Just me figuring out the things that I wouldn't be able to figure out as a normal
This nigga
person.
gonna learn something that's gonna get him killed.
Probably. Not even gonna doubt it.
So he gonna end up dead because he
I'ma
learned
learn
some
shit
bullshit
that's
that
gonna
he
get
didn't
me
need to
killed,
learn.
And then I'm gonna diss the fucking.
I would be.
He knew too much.
I'll be the nigga that's.
He gonna
that's
have
like, what
smoke
happened to
bombs
you?
that
I
actually
was
work.
like,
Yep.
I was trying to become a cyborg,
Outta here.
and I'm gonna be a bum on the street because I spent all my money on
Like
some
you can be
bullshit.
like
figured out the secret to life.
fucking cyberpunk.
Deuces.
I would love to.
I'm out of here.
That'd be
Cyberpunk
amazing.
with all the fucking
Get up outta here.
modifications and shit.
I'm
See,
with that.
look, I fuck around, find immortality.
You just
I'll
might.
fuck around and build another pyramid or some dumb shit.
I
And
don't
park
know.
my Ferraris in them.
This is a grave for my lost Ferraris. I
I'm
just
not
bought
gonna shut
them,
off with these
but I can
pyramids.
only
6,000
drive
years in the
one.
future.
I wonder, can you buy a country with $64 billion?
Yeah.
They got
Pretty sure you can.
not
Definitely.
countries. They got islands that you
No,
can turn
I
into
want
a
a country.
Oh, you already want it developed and shit.
No, I want it to be big enough.
I would.
You could probably buy India for
I
connected
would
to
buy a
$5.
country.
Other land masses.
I would put their ass together though.
We're
In my
offending
country,
people.
Y'all would be straight in my country. Shit,
Yeah.
fuck it.
Yeah, no, it'd be lit. We'd have a great
My
time.
country, no, it would definitely be lit though.
I thought
It's
about
a
buying an
party
island.
country.
I was watching this video the other day telling me about islands and their prices. I'm like, you know what? That's not really expensive for real.
Yeah, like some of them are like $2 million.
Yeah,
That was
islands
really
aren't
cheap for an
expensive.
island, I
Like,
guess.
I figured it'd be more to develop the island than actually
Nah.
buy the island
Yeah?
itself.
You ever seen Island Hunters? That nigga be like, yeah, the island is $500,000.
If I was gonna buy an island,
Nice.
it'd have to be Australia.
Australia?
Yeah.
I don't know.
So you
I
want
was
the whole
always scared of
continent of
Australia.
Australia?
I
after
told you
one
that I want a
movie.
continent. Like I want a real country. I don't want a little island. Like so, it got to be connected to like a giant landmass, so I can give me as much space as I really need. Or I want Australia because that's big.
Cool.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna. Hopefully, that only costs me Jeff Bezos' wife money,
Hopefully.
and then I can go ahead and figure out
Be down there
how
with the
to mass
kangaroo and
produce
shit.
human clones.
Oh my gosh.
And then once I
Fucking
mass
us
produce-
2.0 and shit.
Yeah, once I mass produce human clones, I'm gonna go to war with the world with my clone army. Cause
Mass
fuck it.
produce human clones.
Yeah, to go to war with y'all. Well, I mean, y'all'll be with me, but like
We
America.
have amnesty. Look, yeah.
Yeah, like if I definitely have my own country, I'm definitely trying to take over the world.
I don't want to take over the world.
Don't that sound like a?
Oh,
I'd rather take
that's
a
what I meant
nap.
to ask you guys.
I'll take over the world.
You would
I'll
you?
take over the world.
That
Not gonna talk
sounds
about it,
like.
$1 million. Head asses.
I got a question on some like random quasi deep shit. What do y'all think y'all human superpower is?
Ooh, I think I can like control things with my mind.
No.
So, it's not like an X-Men, like, if you
like
had the superpower.
no.
Okay.
Like something that you really think like is your human superpower. Like right now, like you like that's what you do. Like that's your thing.
I'm an empath.
A what?
Bastard. Stole my shit.
I mean, y'all both can be in it.
Right.
You bastard.
But it's true. Like
You
it's
said you're an
someone that,
empath?
like, how do I explain it?
Smokes
You
crack.
Feel
Whoa.
the energy, or like you draw off the energy in the room. In a sense, that's how I'm like.
Oh, empathic. Okay.
Yeah, like
I
let's
didn't hear what
say
you said at first.
let's
You said
say-
somebody smokes crack. I'm sorry.
okay.
He said smoke. No, he said smokes crack. I was like, why would
The
you
mood
say
in the
that?
room can change my mood
Okay.
in a sense, and I can pick up on people's feelings and whatnot a lot easier than most people will, and yeah, like things of that sense.
I was about to call you Chimichurri because I forgot. I forgot your
Chimichurri.
nickname.
I'm up here trying to like
All right,
switch
chimchurri.
how I
Why
feel.
chimchurri?
Because it was like,
We
it
don't
first
know.
went for Big Dog. I'm like, no, I think it began with a C. Then the only C word I could think of was Chimichurri. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure it's not that.
It's Chimichurri.
Why?
Who
I'm
is
pretty
that?
sure it's not that.
Only
So I was about to be like,
Chimichurri.
go ahead, you.
Go ahead, you.
Yeah, you.
You over
Hey,
there,
yeah.
buddy.
Hey, you.
You gonna use my name?
I missed you so
getting
much.
there.
Yeah, remember that time we introduced ourselves? I said my name was, and your name is.
Why don't you go ahead and say it again for
Okay.
for the rest of us?
Just put it out there one more time. I'm going to say my superpower is I don't know. I'm gonna say something close to like gratitude.
Mm.
You said what?
Is something close to gratitude.
Okay.
And I only say that because people are always drawn to me for some reason on a mental level. And a bitch like me is always there. Not financially, though. Put that part out there, not financially. I won't be there. But
I do not have $5.
I don't. But I'm always that nigga that's there when you need a friend. I
You
suppose.
got a friend.
And me. So, I'll
Tony,
just
your
leave that
turn.
there.
No, what's yours?
What was yours?
Don't talk to me like that.
Yeah, don't do that.
No, one thing that I can do that some people might not believe is like I can look at people's aura. Like I know what color it could be, like how you feeling, all that shit.
What color is mine?
Yours is orange. The last time I checked, it's like a process. Like I'll sit down, get into meditation, and then see.
No,
Yours
I
is
trust
orange.
that.
Yeah,
That's
it was
the
a one
same.
random day you was at work. I could see you like sitting in a chair, like he's super serious about his work, and I didn't realize that until I saw it, like for real. With like, I'm like, oh, he's really serious about it. You really serious about your creativity. I had to see that shit for myself. It's like an orange haze. I could see people's auras. Yeah, that's my
That's dope.
superpower.
No, those are similar colors that I've heard before. That yellow.
Yeah.
Usually like warm colors is what I'm associated with. Is what I've been told.
Right. And they can change too. Like my mother's the other day was green and yellow. Riley's is perpetually yellow. Like, goddamn, motherfucker. No matter what she do, it's just yellow.
She like yellow.
Yellow is awesome, though. It's
Yeah.
a really positive color.
Sometimes it's too bright. Can't do it.
It's a positive color. I didn't used to like yellow, and then for some reason I started liking it, but I don't really know why.
Yet you wear only black.
Did I wear only black?
I said yet you only wear black.
I do a lot.
I know.
I do a lot.
Yeah.
And my favorite color is pink. And people don't believe me when
I was about to be like, for real?
No, people really do not believe me when I say that shit.
I mean,
no, the fuck is not.
Your case is purple.
I didn't choose this color. It would have been pink if they gave me a choice.
How did you not get a choice? It's your case.
This was the only one left, and it was free.
Oh, that's rude.
That's whatevs.
Imagine just fuck this fuck.
Get the fuck away from me now.
Dun, 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 dun.
Yes, our fearless.
No, I'm done.
What?
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 You just gonna walk out?
Wet? You not gonna answer your
Wet.
own question? Wet?
Oh,
Defect? Better answer that little shit.
I would probably say communication
Communication.
and like being able to like interpret on like a basic level what people are trying to like convey to me or like convey to other people. Like I'm usually like the middleman to like, all right, so this is what you're hearing, but this is what they're trying to tell you.
Yeah,
I can kind of see that. Yeah, I was gonna say I can kind of see that one definitely.
So that's what I.
Because his answers be so like straightforward, you can't argue with it. And like if you keep saying stuff, you just really looking dumb. I hate when he be like, "Here's a solution." You're like, "Wait a minute, I wasn't looking for that."
But
yeah, can't do it. Like,
oh, all right. I mean, I do apologize. Sometimes I just be like, because sometimes I feel like if you tell me about something, then you're asking me to solve the problem. Mm-hmm. And so then I solve the problem. And that's not necessarily what people are asking me all the time. Sometimes people just want to vent the problem and like deal with it themselves. I'm just like, I don't know what the fuck your problem is. You just do this. Shit be over.
That's what made me feel stupid. I'd be like, but
and like, and I don't even need to do it. It's
like,
just like,
no, how about you just do this? And he'd be like, yeah, but sometimes, and I'd be like, let me just stop talking.
I give up.
Yeah, he didn't solve this. Nothing else. Nothing else we can do here. Yeah.
Just take the solution. Oh, but the question that we had for you, Ash, that we all talked about that you didn't get asked because you didn't want to be a part of the podcast last week.
That part.
Because you decided to be a mother.
Yeah, fuck all that other shit. Take care of my fucking children.
Hey, you could have decided not to be.
I definitely could have left her ass looking for me.
We definitely had conversations about women who have decided not to be mothers.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
That was the thing.
We just literally had one. I bet you said, yeah, like you don't remember. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
really?
yeah, we did.
Yeah. When that happened?
Oh. Wow.
Oh, my God.
You commented.
So
You had
anyway.
things to say.
Oh, I did.
Yep. Oh.
Gosh darn it.
All right, so we gotta do this song. Me, Ash, and Big Dog, we gonna do this song. And so I gotta hear it. Give me 1 second. We're gonna take a quick break.
I'm about to do the song.
So we found it. We came in like we
I'm about to definitely Temptation is who ready to do some party now. Who's ready to do some party? Who's ready to do some party?
Who's ready to do some party? Come on, Marcus. Everybody.
Ooh.
You're not gonna join in the Who's ready to do some
Cause you ain't potty ready.
Pod, Marcus?
Right.
You don't want to pop.
You don't wanna pop?
Who's ready to pop?
Refreshing me, alright.
I'm ready to do
Tyrese
some
and
party.
Shoot that ass.
I got you.
There you go.
That's what you need.
Who ready to do some party?
I'm about to Jimi Hendrix that shit. Have you ever done some partying?
You know what? And that's been who's ready to do some potting. Almost everybody.
Yeah.
Fucking Jones is lazy.
I don't even
I
know
agree.
what we just did. Like,
Right. It's just like, got it.
but I joined into
But
it,
it
so
happened.
fuck it.
Yeah.
Like,
It's okay.
So basically, Joe does this at the start of his show sometimes. And I think it's great. And so I want to start doing it at the start of our shows.
oh my gosh.
But no one else be joining Joe. And so I started the last show that we here doing Sam's Club, and he refused to do it with me.
Just like no one does it with Joe. So there you go.
Well, I'm not Joe. The fuck?
Hey, Joe, nigga. Shit.
The fuck?
I'm not gonna join in my shit.
Yeah.
We are a gang.
Yeah, what are you talking about? Imagine you just told me that. Like, no, like, that was a cool idea, but I would make it a hot song. You see?
Hot 16.
Like the fucking Cassidy and Jay-Z. You made it a hot line, I made it a hot song. Nigga ask about me.
All right.
I had to think. I'm
hustler.
like, what song is that?
Yeah.
I was trying to
No.
like.
That's
I
why
thought she was
that's
gonna
why
say
hit y'all with-
Cassidy and R. Kelly. I was like, I
Oh.
remember that one, but I don't really know if we need the keys to the hotel anymore.
We not going.
No,
Listen,
no.
when that nigga go to trial? That's
Never.
what I want to know.
I don't even know what's
You
going
know
on.
that public outrage only lasts for 2 weeks and we don't get no more information.
That's true.
I need to know.
But then it comes in spurts,
Said,
like,
I don't
oh,
even
just
know
let
what's
y'all
going on.
know.
Well,
Until something
that-
like crazy happened with it. Like ain't
I
nobody
thought it
gonna
was
hear nothing
supposed
until
to be
something happens.
broadcast.
I don't know.
I don't know.
What y'all think about people saying that they gonna stop Jussie Smollett from being an actor
Ooh.
because of his shenanigans?
I don't know why. Clearly, he a great actor.
That nigga ain't no great actor. Well, you know what? Yes, he is.
You seen
No,
that
where?
nigga?
What? Huh? Wait, what did he act in something else other than Empire? Because I'm really confused.
This whole
I do
case.
not like him at
No.
all.
No, this whole case. What are you talking about?
Look, that's what I was like. You know what? Yes, he is.
Yeah, he did a whole fucking acting job. Tapped ass on everybody's ass.
And I was like,
You know,
You're
he
not talking
had,
to me.
You know what? He had our emotions riled up. He made us feel
he
like
had me, like, pissed off.
compassion and
He got me back
sadness,
pissed off, though.
and then he made us feel anger and rage,
Seriously.
and then he made us not give a fuck. Like he gave us everything. What you talking about? That's a dope actor.
I ain't talking to me.
It's like, I'm not
That
alive,
nigga-
and I'm gonna get the Obamas to help me tell you I'm not alive.
Oh, so he decided he won this. Like he was like I think today was supposed to be his last day before he had to pay reimburse the police.
Yeah.
He didn't.
He did it.
Mm-mm.
Bitch, you want to go to
Oh,
jail.
that's her name, Kim Fox. The whole situation, like Kim Fox, they saying her being district attorney in Chicago right now had to do with him getting off and whatnot. Because like when the case came through and the police had him, that's why the 16 charges got dropped because she begged for his case to be sent to federal, and once they got it, they dropped everything. And Kim Porter's supposed to like have connections with him and previous
Hit them with the
relationships.
come over here. We gonna make this a
Those
fed
situations,
case. We gonna
pretty
give him
much.
that real time.
And now Chicago,
That real time off.
Chicago
Go
police
ahead and go home, sir.
are
Real
filing,
time off.
They was
no-
fucking with you. They hit him with that shit that they hit you with today at
I was
work.
just about to say.
Like, pack your shit up and go
Yeah,
home.
you know
just-
what? Let me go talk to HR real quick.
You can
You know
just take
what?
your stuff and go
Just
home.
log out of everything.
Yeah, go
Log
home.
out of everything.
Yep, log out and go home.
I should take me about 3 minutes. You know what I did in that 3 minutes? I would have seen all my niggas. Hey, it's my last day. All right, I
she's
took
the,
one
top
call.
prosecutor. Chicago police want her to resign.
I was about to
'cause
say, you spent the same
that's not
amount of
even her
time at
situation.
work that I did. And you said you was going to be in that bitch longer than me. Look at your
I
ass.
did.
Let's
did.
just do a Marcus appreciation second, because Marcus be coming with them details.
He
Like,
do.
He really
Yeah.
did not look at his
Marcus-
phone for all the shit that he just said.
Marcus
I'm like,
is the researcher.
He be like,
He did.
That's I feel like that's Marcus's position in the
He
group.
did.
But,
Wait a second.
Wait a
Oh,
second.
yep, fact check.
Fact.
Yeah, Marcus
Facts.
keep us with the facts so we don't be
Yo,
sounding
them
crazy.
details.
We
Yeah.
always sound crazy. It's us.
Chicago police
remember that
union has
shit.
demanded that Kimberly Fox, which is Cook County State's attorney, resign after the prosecutors dropped the 16 felony counts against him.
She resigned or they want her?
No, they want her. The Chicago Police Union wants her to resign. It's not just because of her that this case. Like they was like, this is the one that broke the back, Camel's back, because there's other people and other felony cases that have been sent to her and her like people, and they've been sliding the shit out, and people have been getting off with little things like he has with like,
oh wow,
so
like little paying
so
off fines and basically the finesse essentially.
I mean, I just feel like I'm not mad at her because if you look at it from just like, I'm generally, not to sound like not like of the culture and shit like that, but I generally like look at like the world from like above perspective, and try and see everything is just like a chessboard. If the cops and the general like Illinois and Chicago police probably more racist and Republican than not, this district attorney sounds like she's probably still corrupt, but more so leaning for like the people that are like liberal and like
she like a lot of the felony charges and stuff they're mad about are like marijuana charges and shit of that sort.
Yeah,
that she just like slid off to the side because it's like stuff not worth sending people to prison for.
She seems, like I said, seems like the more corrupt one, but just swinging for the liberal side. So it's just like, y'all got pieces on the chessboard, and they got pieces on the chessboard, and it just so happens that y'all pieces wasn't as big as their pieces. Their piece just happens to have a Obama in their back pocket.
Yeah. I would like to know what happened to the two actresses that helped with this college scam.
Bohemian Rhapsody?
No, not.
Wait, what?
What made you say that?
You're going to learn that I just like to say random shit.
No, I literally was just looking at like videos on that movie yesterday. That's why I'm like, what made you say that? The situation where the white people were scamming their way into college.
You talking about Aunt Becky?
Ain't nobody going
that whole thing.
Ain't nobody going to jail.
As we see, there's no media anymore with that.
No, because
I want to know.
Like, people got in trouble and things happened, but for the most part, it didn't really turn into anything for real.
Ding 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 ding. Oh, look at that.
Let's tell you.
Let's see.
I pushed him out.
Oh. Tell him what's up.
I pushed the baby out.
Put him on the show.
Put him on the show?
Yes.
The baby or the girl? Oh, wait. I'm sorry.
No, her cousin. What the fuck are you talking about?
Ain't that the one that's having a baby?
So you can't be too loud in the hospital.
See?
Oh, you don't gotta be loud. She's just gonna put you on speaker.
You want to... Okay, you're on speakerphone.
No. I said I would have, nigga. I'm not I can't talk too loud.
People generally don't like being put on blast like that.
That's too late.
Too late.
Yes, okay.
Oh boy.
Oh, look at that. We having family time. Look at all
Have a whole ass family time right now.
She ready to be an auntie. She's so ready to be an auntie. Look at her. Don't talk to me like that. Why are you hostile?
So for that whole situation,
Calm down.
Yeah.
she
Sorry.
she got hit with felony charges.
Damn.
Who, the girl,
Becky?
actress?
Camille.
She faces felony charges of conspiracy to commit mail fraud and honest
Camille
services mail fraud after being arrested in March. There's nothing else really after that though.
But she ain't gonna do no harm.
They alleged the complaint that her and her husband agreed to pay bribes totaling $500,000, basically because their daughters couldn't like get into school by themselves.
I wonder how much
But
that
what
happens, though, even
about-
on a smaller scale, though. If they wasn't actors and actresses.
No, because we have
It
black
probably
people
happens a
doing
lot, to be
years in
honest.
jail for sending their kids to doing. I mean, to different school districts.
Woman that got sent to jail recently because she
Mhm.
was
There's another one too.
putting her child in a different school district.
Different district because she didn't
So
like the
we
way the
can go to
district was
jail
going.
for doing that. Y'all
Your ass
definitely
need to
gotta be
fucking go to
able
jail.
to,
Yeah,
you know,
and that's
or-
public school.
Yeah.
And that lady was required to pay like they want her to pay like $30,000 to the public school.
Yeah, she's crazy.
Okay, so like someone was like basically like this is a statement. It's like I'm not saying what she did wasn't wrong. It was. I'm not saying what she said what she did wasn't wrong. It was. I got rejected from so many schools. What they did really wasn't fair. But I suppose, but everyone is acting so surprised. I don't know why. I mean, rich people do corrupt things.
Facts. I
Yeah,
ain't
no, I'm not
surprised. I
surprised.
just think that.
No, see, I don't care.
I just think that if niggas gonna get in trouble for sending people to different schools, and you out here doing this bullshit, then that's a cool grinder.
And all her supporters
Then,
wore paper Aunt
you
Becky
think?
masks at the court. Outside of court. Yeah.
I feel like
Mark is so cool. Yeah.
Paper.
Paper.
Like to cut the eye holes out. Like,
I feel like since they
alright.
got caught, they probably should get the same time. But I feel like overall, like if you don't get caught, I'm not really upset about like what you do. Like
If
that's
you
what I
don't,
was telling Marcus about like Omari kissing Beyonce. Like if he had done that same hug and inappropriateness, and it just had been Jay that saw it, I mean Jay either gonna have to handle it or take that L. I don't care. But since you got caught, now you got to get dragged. Like when people see it, you put yourself out to be slayed. That's your fault.
facts.
Either be good or be good at it.
Yeah.
You wasn't good or good at it. You was slopping in people's faces. Like a whole hoe.
A whole hoe. A
Yeah.
whole hoe out here. Thought-
Hey. Oh, that's not a. Hey, how you doing? That's definitely trying to kill me.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Why are you trying to kill her, Marcus?
Turned into a tethered.
Yeah.
Yo, that's exactly what you look like. I'm like, oh, I gauged that all wrong. Like, I'm like,
That's only every 2
Hey. Friendly as shit. Hey.
no, this dude definitely wants
Coming
my
to kill you.
tonsils or something.
Coming to kill you. What the fuck?
But back to these
Those
questions
things
for
you
Ash.
tuck in your pocket and you don't talk about.
What we done with?
We like definitely slid away from the questions. You thought you were safe.
So, do you think it's fair for an ex to place traps in a relationship? Or not an ex, but a partner to place traps in a relationship?
What kind of traps?
Like, let's say you and your partner are planning to have a threesome
Mm-hmm.
with your best friend. And then you send your best friend to then go, like, slide in your man's DM to, like, try and talk to him and see if he down to fuck. Why? Do you think that's fair? And then when he responds and it's like
No,
trying to see what's up, then you get mad.
it's not fair for anybody. First of all, you don't respect your man. You don't respect your best friend. You really don't trust neither one of those two to put them in that situation. You don't have faith in your relationship. You don't have faith in who you're dating. And I don't know if the person did anything wrong, but the fact that you really just are that insecure that you're going to send a plant to do any type of trap speaks a lot about you and the people that you choose to be around. So, yeah, I think it's wrong.
I don't remember what I said last week, but preach.
That part.
It's like, what would be the point? Like, if I look at you and I decide, hey, I want to try this out for a long term and I want to at least try monogamy, and then like, well, this isn't working, let's try something else, and then you take your best friend to go do that, why? Why? Like, you couldn't just dial 911, dial a hoe, and just be
All
like,
right, so
excuse me.
here's another. Like, I don't know why I was talking about this now.
can you jump in the inbox, please?
Like you fucked that whole situation up. You put everybody in this situation.
Yeah,
Right?
you want to catch
And
atrophy.
let's say he passed, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, all right, cool. What if in that situation your girl fell for your nigga? So no, what now?
Right.
That was a whole nother situation.
Mm-hmm.
Now she trying to get him.
And or then
Behind
you
your
can choose. Then you can choose to be mad because why didn't you tell me my best friend was in your inbox? Blah, blah. Like,
Or third option, what if he curve her hardcore and then gets mad that she approached him like that and comes to you is like, nah, she gotta go. And then when you tell her that, oh no, it was a test, now he mad at you.
Yeah.
You fucked up your relationship on some childish
dumb.
shit.
I will never do no shit.
Hey, that's
like
the thing
that.
too.
That shit is stupid.
Just dumb.
It is dumb as fuck.
there's nothing there that I could see. No, she was trying to save a relationship. No, she's mad insecure and she really doesn't know how to handle a mature relationship. And she needs to go back to relationship class because you gotta ask.
I feel like if she set in a trap, realistically, she probably wouldn't have brought the whole idea to having a threesome up in the first goddamn place.
That's literally the only time that would work. Like, probably the only time. And I feel like if
Just for that scenario, though.
Right. And if a dude brought that up, yeah, let's have a threesome with your best friend. You ain't a smart man.
No, that
You
don't
can't
make
be.
sense. That don't make no sense.
Not at all.
You can't be a smart man. What smart man would do that?
You looking for a lighter?
No, none smart man I know would do that. Or at least a man that value peace over everything else. So you don't even got to be smart. You just be like, that sounds like a headache. I'm not gonna do that.
Shit, I'm trying to
if you was gonna do that, you
inside
don't
of the
give- you just don't
vagina
give a
I'm
fuck.
currently in right now. Not talk my way out of it.
That
Exactly.
Like,
part.
I'm gonna be like, hey, let me fuck your best friend too. What?
No.
Like, what part of the
Wow,
game is that?
nigga,
Like,
that's that Kodak shit.
that
That's
even-
some shit he said.
that don't even make no sense. Like, how did we get here?
Right.
Like, that's when you just look at the other person and be like, well, how did you come up with that conclusion? Like,
I wouldn't even put any
what parts did you add
in
up
that
for that?
situation. I wouldn't even put anybody close to me in that.
No.
Like, even if that was the game, like I'm not going to my best friend. Like, hey, go. No, I don't even
See,
no, that's like nah.
I would just think
I wouldn't, like, none of my male friends, because, like, I'm not down for that. But that's because I also want to have that other conversation with you. But, I don't think I know any, like, women. But I might be, like, cool with, like, me and one of my female friends, like, having a cool little time. But it's not going to be on no, like, hey, you go and see what's up with her. It's probably me and my friend gonna have a real conversation, and then because me and my girl have already also had a real conversation about the possibility of something, and then now I'm just like working to make it happen with somebody I feel comfortable with. But then we just gonna get to the action. We're not gonna be like playing no games.
It's
or,
like some fucking OSPA espionage.
yeah, we're not doing
Plan,
nothing.
you know what I'm saying? Like, the
No, we
fuck?
just going
This
straight
is
to
not
it.
a movie.
But like, I'm not sending like. I couldn't send the same. I couldn't send Jones.
I ain't sending
About
nobody
you.
because I'm
Like,
too
like,
fucking
I'm just not
possessive.
doing it.
I mean, I'm not sending nobody nowhere, but just like in the thought process of like a best friend or a friend, like I could see like that not really being an issue. Where as long as we just like really get to it and like maybe my friend is like that. Like my friend might be the type of person that they a bachelor for real or a bachelorette and they just out here slaying and they keeping it moving and they not gonna catch no feelings. And I also know that they loyalty to me is solid, so they also not gonna double back and entertain them.
Be on that, right?
So in that sense, I can see the logic in it, but then I'm also not gonna then be like, hey, I know that you loyal to me. So with that loyalty, I want you to also, you know, test their loyalty. See if they're going to get at you after you slide in their DMs, making it seem like you real unloyal. Yeah. What? That's just messy. You asking for mess.
I don't got time for the bullshit. I ain't sending nobody.
All right.
Who sent you, nigga?
Who sent you? Who sent you, nickel?
That's my favorite line. Who sent you, nickel? Let's be real. Oh, but now, the other question. Because you said this was a podcast question, madam.
Was it? I really should be forgetting. So go ahead with the question.
You know,
Whatever.
it's crazy. You don't smoke no weed, and you don't got no memory. That shit
Life.
don't go together.
It's life.
It's be the stuff like I think my focus be like if I'm really thinking about one thing, it just really started happening lately. I don't know what it is. Like my focus is like
I'll be looking at this heater. I'm like, damn, I wonder if this heater is really keeping his feet toasty. I'm gonna be really focused on that, and then everything else
you forgot
drawn out. And I'm like, dang, I wonder if his feet gonna burn up. What happens if this thing?
I wonder if his feet gonna burn up.
I'm really not gonna get hit. That just like I remember I used to be like a multitasker in my focus. I'm not anymore. So I really do apologize to everyone in the room. It's just a focus thing. I'm pretty sure maybe if I thought about it hard enough, I remember.
No, we're just gonna get you some Adderall.
In that moment.
But nah, it was about threesomes.
Okay.
And do you think that is having sex with two men at one time a threesome or a train?
I feel like a threesome is maybe planned and a train is not. So I think for a threesome, do you understand? Like maybe a train is maybe more spontaneous rather than like a threesome feel like it's planned. And a train don't feel like it, but I don't know. A train is such a derogatory word. I wouldn't want to use it, so I would just call it all a threesome.
I mean, I feel like how you go about the situation makes it a train. Because in my mind, like a train is, and then I go, and then this person goes, or like how many people in the situation. Like,
so it's never like two people
See,
at the same time on one person for a train in y'all minds.
In y'all minds, okay.
That's what I said. Like in my mind, that's what a train. Like that's how what a train has always been defined as to me.
Yeah.
So when it comes to like a threesome, that's like all three of y'all going in at once. Like everybody's in the situation, everybody's dealing with it. A train is, or at least what I've always known a train to be is, everybody's taking your turn on that one person.
Gotcha.
It's like boom, you go. Next up, boom, you go. Next up, boom, you go. Next up, boom, you go.
Yeah,
that's what a train has always been to me.
So you think with two guys, regardless, is a threesome?
Yeah, if y'all both are fucking at the same time.
I only think it's a threesome if y'all plan for it to be a threesome, but. Well, if the
that's
girl
what
was in
like
the planning of the threesome.
That's what it feel like. The difference is like somebody was like, hey, at 8 o'clock, do you want to put your penises inside of me?
No, if it's a nigga and he like, yeah, can my nigga fuck too? That's a straight train.
Yeah.
That's a straight train. Yeah, I just fuck. Can my nigga fuck too?
And she say yes.
Train. Like, yeah, that's a train.
But then again, nah, because it has to be like a mutual like, hey, I'm thinking about a threesome. Okay, let's go get this person. Hey, would you be down to fuck her at the same time? Yeah, let's meet up at 8.
Like a threesome, if it's two guys, just because I guess the way that I view a threesome is all parties are involved with each other. And generally, if it's two guys, they're just taking turns on different orifices. And so that's like a train. They're not interacting.
Well, I mean, yeah, I can see.
They don't interact at all.
I see why you would look at it.
They don't do anything. Like the reason I think that a threesome with two women is because they're also interacting. They're kissing. Like if they don't kiss and they don't want to have anything to do with each other, and one just sits on my face and one just rides my dick, and then they swap. They just train me. Like I don't think that it's like it's gender specific. I just think that it's like the action. Like I'm not fucking him too. I'm fucking you, and he also is fucking you.
True.
We fucked you.
It's a train.
Yeah, that's a train.
It's a choo-choo.
Yeah, regardless of us both being in the room or not, like you still got trained. So that's how I look at it. Like we could have planned to do this,
right?
But I feel like he'll plan.
I get what you're saying.
That's what I was thinking in my head beforehand. I'm like, this is really got to be subjective because it's like that's a very, very thin line. I guess maybe like you said, it depends on the person. You think it's a train, other people might think it's a difference.
Yeah, because for me,
I mean, like when it comes to a threesome, like in my mind, a threesome is just 3 people, regardless of if 2 people are interacting or not.
That's what I said with the train. It could
4
be
4 people in the situation. Foursome, regardless of how y'all fucking, it's 4 people in the situation, which makes it a foursome.
Right.
That's just the way I look at it. Like it's not specific to what you're doing; it's how many people are in the situation. And everybody's fucking. Then you might not necessarily all be fucking each other. Everybody's fucking, and y'all all here at this situation.
You wouldn't call that if a foursome if it was 4 guys and they all fucked one chick.
Well, ain't train.
No, that's a gangbang now.
Or you wouldn't call it that if it was 3 guys. But you wouldn't call it that if it was 3 guys.
1 + 1 equals a gangbang, guys.
You say they ran a train on her. And so I guess my thing is,
It's just like,
the
okay,
difference
all right,
is
I
why
see
is
what
the
you're
difference
saying.
between 2
but
people and 3 people. It's
My
like,
definition of it gives it what it is. Like, I understand what you're saying completely, but what I define it as
no, but
is
so what I'm saying
what
is
I look at. That's
you
just what it is.
define a train as 3 or more, though.
No,
At
a train
separate
doesn't have
times.
anything to do with how many people. Like a train, 2 or more. It's just you're not fucking at the same time. It's
So
just
for you,
like,
it's the action happening at the same time or not happening at the same time.
that's
Okay.
what it is.
I think that would
'Cause,
be a good
like I
defining
said,
point.
as a train has always been defined to me, it's boom, you in, boom, next person in, boom, next person in, boom, next person in. It's just a whole bunch of niggas
See,
fucking,
I've
but
seen
you're not
trains
fucking
like
at
that,
the same
but
time.
I've also seen trains where it might be like 3 niggas, one's hitting, one's getting head, and one's waiting his turn, and then they switch off. So yeah, there's still a rotation, but they all still kind of pretty active, or she's jacking one while she's giving head, and so they're all being like entertained. They still running a train, but they all still active.
Right.
And I'm sure that like if I asked them, they'd be like, "No, we ran a train on her." And so that I guess that's where it's like, because they not fucking each other, and so I feel like even in a foursome, that those 4 have to be all fucking each other in a 4-way to make it a 4-way sexual experience. Realistically, we've all had an individual sexual experience with you. You've had 4 different sexual experiences all at the same time, but we didn't. But I get what you're saying, where if it's 4 people, it is technically a foursome. So I get that too.
I like the beginning part, like, oh, guys, what should we call this one? A train or a threesome? Let's put that on the invitation for next time. Come join us for our annual train.
Our annual
9 o'clock, Lucille Avenue.
All right.
I guess it do depend on, like, because it's such a, I feel like train is like, what's that word? Slang. No, slang, anyway.
Yeah, I can agree with that one.
So it's like, it really depends on the person, I guess, describing it. Would I be mad? Because obviously I don't want nobody being like, if I was with my man and then we invited another chick in there and he was like, yeah, I just ran a train on y'all. I'd be like, what you mean? What you mean?
My nigga. You thought you ran a train, nigga. We ran a train on you.
I mean, how would your man say that if it was you and another girl, though?
We ran a train on you.
Like, how would her man say that if it was her and another girl?
She just said it like, we ran a train on you. I don't.
The fuck?
I would hope that. That's what I'm like. What defines that? Like, do the woman got it? The woman necessarily ain't like drugged out or anything. It's not like against her choice.
No, I think that,
I don't know. Like, what?
Let's say it's you'll do it in another chick, but
Right.
you don't like girls for real.
Right.
And so let's say you decide that you don't want to interact with her at all.
Uh-huh.
And so he eats you out, he fucks you, he eats her out, he fucks her. Y'all both have a great sexual experience with him. Y'all ran a train on him.
You be comfortable with being like, your girl invited whoever.
And
You
they
be
ran a
like,
train on me?
wait.
Oh,
okay.
Is that the question you were asking? He was like, is that
a
what you're
rhetorical
asking? Just say it.
question?
Just put it out there.
Is that
Don't
Yes.
beat around the bush. Just ask
Yes,
the
I
question.
would. I would love that.
Yeah, like, I'm like, why am I mad about that? Like,
he doesn't have an aversion to the word
feel
train.
like-
Every time we hear train, it's like negative. Like,
It's only like
I feel
it's
like
more of a negative
it's
thing
negative
towards
to
females.
women.
yeah,
because-
I don't see a nigga being like, yeah,
But
you know what I'm
that's
saying?
because
Got a train ran on
y'all-
my ass
I
last
don't know,
night.
I
What
feel
you
like-
do?
Part of it is y'all judge each other.
Tony,
Other
please
women
stop.
Judge other women.
My
And so y'all put
no.
that negative stigma on a train. Like,
It's mostly niggas. Like, mostly
No.
niggas is like, yeah, we ran a train on that hoe. Like, she did something wrong. Like, wait a minute, don't y'all have just a great sexual experience with a woman who is hopefully consenting to that?
I guess I also can see me not marrying a chick to let me run a train on her.
See?
But
that ain't
see-
just a woman thing.
I
Oh,
only
no,
feel
I
that
mean,
it's
like, I don't have
negative.
any like negative ill will towards her. I think that we
But
had a
it's
great
still not
time.
a
But I'm
positive of, like, it's still not, she doesn't have as much value as she came in before that train, do she?
That part.
Not to you.
Not at all.
Yeah, it's
That
not
part.
like you like, damn, I would love to wife you, bitch. Like,
I mean,
you took
I
all
guess
them
it
dicks
depends.
gracious.
You took
I
all
guess-
my
I
niggas.
guess- wait, time out.
You let
I feel
them
like-
all nut in your face at the
gracious.
same time.
No, wait.
Oh,
wait,
my
it
fucking
depends.
God,
It
have my
depends.
children.
For that, it depends. So it depends on that one. Now, if it's just, let's say it's me and my nigga, we kicking it, and we happen to be out at the club or whatever at a little lounge, and we randomly run into a chick, and she just like up nervous, and we end up smashing that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't look at her no type of way.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm just charging that to the game. But if it's me and you my chick, and then we like, let's include more penis into this. And you like, yeah, I really don't think that I want you to be my chick no more, because that's just not for me. I just
It's a double standard.
It,
with a lot of things.
I don't feel like I look at you any differently. I just...
You do. You do. Because if it's another chick, then you like, shit, bet. Let's do it. If it's another nigga, you like, whoa, pause. Wait the fuck a minute. Why you want to fuck another nigga?
Why? What the fuck is this not good enough? I don't understand. I don't understand.
Why you want to fuck another chick?
What the fuck?
She probably want to fuck the chick too.
No, you don't even ask. That's why as a guy, you don't ask.
You know what?
I don't ever ask for a threesome.
My definition of a train, not definition of a train, but the way that I feel that word itself,
The setup.
I feel like it came from trains going into tunnels.
Mm-hmm. One after another.
Yes.
So I understand what you're saying.
That's
like,
what I feel it is.
So I think
So
that's how it started.
That is what I feel brings the negativity from it, because it's nothing
And see,
but
that's where
niggas
I'm
going
getting
into the...
If you get into like 3 or 4, I'm just like, what are we really doing here? Like, what are we doing? Like, even if it was like, I might be able to like, no, I couldn't. Just like me, but I'm not even sharing in general. So like, let's take me out of it. I can see somebody.
I was about to say when you was describing the situation, I'm like,
I'm not sharing with shit.
You would never be in this situation.
Yeah, I can.
What?
Yeah, I can see someone like having their chick, them being together, and then them broaching the idea, because I would feel like if she brought it up, just like if he brings it up, that it potentially cause arguments. Like if she brings up, hey, we should bring another man into this and something like that. Nah. Or he should be like, hey, we should go ahead and, bring some more vagina into this relationship, because, you got a vagina, and then if I had another vagina, I'd have 2 vaginas.
Very basic math.
Yeah.
Nigga
Logic,
one
though.
vagina,
Basically
another
one more vagina.
Exactly.
2 vaginas.
Tell me that's not nigga logic.
For me.
Though. That's definitely
I
nigga
definitely
logic
got my
right
PhD in economics.
But no, so I feel like if he broaches the situation, kind of notices that she just like been watching a lot of like 2 guys, 1 girl porn and shit like that, kind of like been in our conversation. Like, I saw this one, just shit like that, and he bring it up because he cool with that, then I don't really see nothing wrong with that. I don't really feel like she got a train run on her. She did. She did. All right, never mind.
I was about to be like, it was a train either way.
It was a train. All right. So I was trying to be nice.
But maybe it was a threesome. I don't know.
She had a train ride on her. So
Maybe it was a threesome. We can call it.
No.
Oh, no?
So,
no?
wait.
We try to give her the benefit. So,
no.
only when we're trying to give somebody the benefit of the doubt is a threesome.
So, technically, it'll be a threesome. No.
If they fuck. If he sticks his dick in his ass.
Let me fit. Well, yes, that's what I was getting to.
If he
so
sticks
if
his
it was
dick,
something like it was a bisexual situation, it'd be a threesome.
Like if one dick is in the vagina and the other dick is in her mouth. No.
If one dick is in a vagina and the other dick is in the ass or in his mouth.
In his mouth, and then they're kissing and they're making out, and him and the other girl are making out. Yeah. Then
I can agree with that. That is a threesome.
That's a real threesome.
Because
but no.
we are all getting something from
we're having
one
a great
another.
Time. Like we're all doing something. Like this is a great time. We about to have, and that's realistically, if I'm being honest, those threesomes are probably the opposite. Like those are probably the real lit 2 men female threesomes.
They probably are lit.
Just like because I know like a man and 2 women that are actually like into women. That shit is amazing. Like when everybody's actually like fully engaged with everybody else, you're gonna have a great time. So I'm sure that if it's 2 guys that are fully also into each other as much as they're into the chick, it's gonna be a great situation. But no, if dude and his chick decide to bring another dude into the relationship, I'm like, yeah, that's not for me. You ran a train on your wife. I think that's weird. But I also don't look at her no type of way because realistically, that's how y'all get down, and she really fucking with you and doing it, and y'all doing it together.
I'm looking at her all types of ways.
I mean, like now, if she was just out here, just like, I just had 2 trains ran on me while I was at the store. I had to go to the store and had to hit this quick train.
I'm the 7-Eleven cashier. Like, oh really? Fucking
like
$7.99.
A couple of trains from just like from whoever, and like that's just like whatever. Then I'm looking at her kind of weird because you just letting whoever run a train on you, and it's not based off of anything other than, I guess you won multiple dick. I don't know why women let dudes run trains. I knew a girl that let people run trains, and like she couldn't explain it to me.
She just like what she like.
But she like felt bad afterwards. She was like, I don't know why I did it. Like,
that's bad.
But realistically, that's what I really think it is. I feel like most women who have trains run on them, the situation is, hey, would you fuck my nigga after they got done fucking? She probably like, I don't really want to do that. And then most niggas are probably not taking no for an answer, being super persistent and making the situation awkward.
That's what be scary for me. That's what it's like
that, though.
That's what's scary for me.
So they're probably making the situation awkward, and then she's probably like, yes, just to get it over with.
Yeah.
And then, boom, now she's had a train run on her.
Like this is about to take a turn. Like when I watch porn, and I usually steer away from like gangbang. If I see the word train, thought, gangbang, I'm like, I don't want to see. And if it's on that hand camera thing, I don't want to see it only because I don't know if the woman is fully consenting to this. Like for real, like she's sober and she's taking a empowerment. I want all the penises. Like that'd be like the difference between, like, I remember my ex used to just love watching like teen gangbangs. Like
that's really specific.
Yeah, like
right.
Listen, I was thrown off motherfucking tag myself. Like what?
Type this in, nigga.
I really looked at her funny. Like you really looked for this? What the fuck you doing on my phone? That's beside the point. But anyway, like, that's really disheartening to like know that a woman, she technically did say yes, she's gonna do it, but was she in her right frame of mind? Was it like, nigga, I want all the fucking what's wrong with you?
Exactly. So that's my thing. It's like if
it's very blurred
all
lines.
The dick, that's also still weird to me. I'm not fucking with you, and I'm not trying to marry you. But someone might. And that's okay. You can take all the dick.
So let's say a significant other, would y'all be thrown off if like y'all like say y'all already before you get married, and then she be like, yeah, I had a train run on me in college one time, nothing serious, just 5 niggas that came in.
I would have a lot of questions.
No, I would have questions, but I probably wouldn't like feel away like
you really like
you can't be my wife no more.
Yeah, like you the one.
Depending on your answer.
Nothing. Like you madly in love. Like I don't see myself
would y'all like
nobody
me to
else.
explain why I'm leaving?
Okay, explain why you're leaving.
So the way that my brain works is once you tell me something, it's in my head. So don't say something to me that you really don't like mean or like want to be stuck, because I might not say nothing to you, but it'll pop up in my head at like random times and it'll make me feel a way about you. And so I'm gonna continue through forever with the person I'm supposed to love with this random shit that's always gonna pop up and make me feel negatively towards you, when you could have kept that shit to yourself. And you told me for what? It wasn't necessary. You've been holding it in, but you decided until we got married or about to get married to tell me that shit? No, you got me fucked up and go away.
Damn. Not even like an intimacy. Like I trust him. I know he's not going to judge me.
That's what I was about to say.
He's going to be with me by my side no matter what, because I know that he just fucking loves me. I
don't need to know what the fuck you did in your past. You had a past, I had a past. We was fucking.
I don't know. Like just some random shit like this. I just want to tell you.
No, for what?
She just, not that you needed to know, just she wanted to say it.
I'm not going to talk my bae.
All right, so let me.
Okay, so what if it was a trouble? That she just shared it with you.
No.
Ooh, like, oh.
Okay. So if you were raped and a train was ran on you, then yeah, we can deal with that. That's completely different. Mm-hmm. But if you told me that, I just let 5 dudes toss me.
But now I decided to be a nice, wholesome woman.
Why did I need to know that? But why did you tell me that? You could have kept that.
To share my darkest secrets.
Did I tell you about the 2 chicks that was blowing me crazy?
You didn't, but I thought we was gonna share back and
forth.
I thought we was gonna have a moment together.
We're not gonna have a moment. Realistically, what you did is
you just exposed yourself a certain part of you that I did not need to see.
Yeah, like I knew you had a past. I got a past. We grown, and we could have kept it at that. But now that you've given your past an image and a face, you've given me something to judge and to contextualize how I feel about you, and I don't like that shit. And I'm gonna think about it, and you gotta go away.
That's fucked up, man.
It's not. You fucked up my mental space. You fucked up my happiness. You could have kept that shit to yourself. You decided to tell me for no reason. You was being extra sharing.
I thought we was in love.
That's exactly how she gonna be.
With telling me that?
I thought we trusted each other.
What does that have to do with telling me that?
I needed to express something to somebody.
Me and Marcus
Nah,
gonna be like,
I thought it was gonna be you,
Why did
but
you
I
need
should
to
have just
express
told
that
my
to me?
bitches.
You should have told your therapist. The fuck you talking about?
I thought I could trust you.
With
and
what?
now you left me lonely.
Why? You
With
thought you could
what?
trust me with a good time that you had? Why did I need to know about this good time you had? Unless it's trauma, like
I
Marcus
just
said.
needed to tell you.
I just really
Did they force you to do it?
No,
All right, then go
I
away.
was in
Get out.
college.
I don't care about that. I don't care.
It was a party.
But I don't care about that.
I was drunk.
I don't care. Oh, I don't care.
That's
I was high off ecstasy.
I've had great times off ecstasy. You ain't heard about none of them.
Something just came over me.
Yeah, you know
It
how
was like 5 penises.
You know what?
They just came out the darkness
Hey, wait, time
of
out.
the
That,
room.
that gives me a perfect segue into a new conversation.
Uh-huh.
I think that's the difference between men and women.
What?
Women to say things that'll fuck with a man's ego
Uh-huh.
when men will hold certain things back because they know that a woman's sense of peace is kind of fragile and her solace is in him.
Mhm.
So why fuck that up by saying
That is
certain
the thing,
things?
though.
Like,
Yeah.
It's a huge
why am I
thing.
going to mention an ex or a past
Mhm.
when I know that's probably going to bother you or create some type of negative space? But with a woman, it's like, oh, I was just sharing because I want to get close. Bitch, that's not sharing. All you did is give me
How you know?
some negativity.
How was I supposed to know that it was gonna affect you in such a negative way? It was in my past.
But why did I need to know it?
I feel like, hold on, I gotta answer that.
But
I
it's
feel
not even
like
that. It could be.
If we married, you
current
know
things.
me by now.
Yeah.
You knew I wouldn't want to know something like
No,
that.
you're not married at this point because you married. This
If
it,
we get
but it's
married-
the before
even
part. Like
if
you
we
still
get
have
married,
time to walk away.
What I'm gonna say
Even
is,
when
if
you
that was
get
the
married,
case,
like,
I would
you get
not say
married,
that
you
to
have to
my
have some
partner.
Okay, but I would say
something.
not even in that
Right.
context. Like,
Of knowing the
Oh,
person.
But
women
Okay.
say things in a way that dismisses ego.
Yeah, like why do
Yeah.
women test men in such a way?
It's not even like y'all mean to test us. It's just y'all say things very
Y'all-
dismissively,
mhm.
especially when it's like something that y'all don't find value in. Like, let's say you're more of a traditional thinker and you move in that direction,
Mhm.
and you're dealing with someone who's a creative. You guys might not necessarily find the same value in the way y'all spend time and shit like that. And so the things that that person is doing, a woman might be very dismissive of, or and just be like, oh, that's all right, or like, well, I don't know why you're always doing that, and just like little things like that that don't seem negative or things like that, but are also like shady shots at like my career and
Got you.
who I want to be and things like that.
Got you.
And men don't do those type of things. Well, I mean, dickheads do, but just in general, like if they're like trying to be cool, that's generally not something that a man's doing. It's like looking at like, oh, well, I don't know why you're spending your time doing that, or trying to tear you down.
I get what you're saying. I don't know why those hoes do that.
I mean, I feel like
I can't
sometimes
say that
more
I
or
do.
less that it's like I feel like women have a certain image of men. So when they look at a man or say certain things, they expect you to be able to just take it, and that just be the end of it.
Oh, I do. I feel like that is complete. I feel like
That's the way I see it.
I feel like they feel like they can say whatever,
Mhm.
and that
And you're just like, all right, it's just whatever.
women want us to be emotional and have feelings, but also want to treat us like we're men, and that we can
And
just take
y'all
everything.
just
That's
You
why
can't
rock
have it both
solid,
ways.
yeah,
You can't be
yeah.
a man and take
that
everything,
kind of rolls into
and then
whole nother
also
situation.
be the man that shows you his emotions and can be weak. We can't do both.
That's a great point.
That's
That just kind of made me look at myself like, where have I done that at? It's been plenty of times. Not like, yeah, it's been times where I'm like, oh wait, I've done shitty things that I'm not proud of, and then like y'all just talked about it, like, oh shit. And I can only listen like, wow, I'm so sorry.
so sorry.
So sorry, everybody.
I can't think of a situation that I was involved in like that.
I mean,
Me personally,
Yeah, I got a few situations. It's just like
I can't think of one right now.
like you said, it's like being very like dismissive of things. Like it's like I see it as something that's very important, but like you said, your thinking is a whole different way. So you don't see it as anything important. You see it as something dismissive or something that is not important in life in general.
Or even if it's not on a level of importance, let's say you're not generally the most social, and so your significant other recognizes that, and so instead of inviting you out, their response is, well, I don't see the point of you coming anyway. You're not going to interact with anybody.
Not the point.
But the way that you said it,
right?
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
But that's how women say things, and so it doesn't even have to be on a level like something that's important to me. It's just a very dismissive nature of like a man's feelings.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I had that
like,
question in my head. Like, I was thinking, like, if somebody was kind of conscious about, like, if a man was conscious about how,
just made me think about something.
About how his, like, his weight, like, if he just didn't have, like, a big, you know, muscular body or whatever, say he was on the smaller side, and I poked fun of him for being smaller, and I already knew that he had an aversion to that, but I already said it, like, haha, skinny nigga, like, and he's self-conscious about it, but then I would be mad because if he was like, "Hi, you big bitch," like, you're like, "Oh my god, why the fuck?"
Yeah, I had a situation like that
shit
before.
is crazy too.
Hell, I done seen like hella like memes and stuff talking about jokes.
Yeah,
it's just like, oh yeah, she want to get down, like, oh, you want to get on a roast session, she roast the fuck out of you. You turn around and say one thing, she in the corner crying and shit. Like,
yeah,
I thought we was roasting. What
What you saying about me?
No, but what I was about to ask about is so I saw this earlier today, and kind of I don't know how y'all feel. So, Jordan Peele, right? I feel like I said his name wrong, but I had to second guess it for a second.
Did he die too?
No.
Tastes bad.
No. I saw this post about him earlier because Jordan Peele is married to a white woman, right? And people were like, you know how people feel about black people or black men being married to white women and whatnot.
Interracial couples or whatever.
And people had an attitude because it's like, oh, you're making all these black movies and you married to a white woman.
I don't see anything wrong with who he dates.
And the clapback from somebody I actually really liked. And it was like, because alright, so Jordan Peele, he's one of those type people who, growing up, he would have been considered like a black nerd, right? And the clapback that he got, and hell, I ain't even gonna lie, I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I felt like this lightweight when I was younger too. The clapback basically was like, well, y'all mad at him for being with a white woman, but realistically, of course it was black women that were dragging him. He was like, realistically, half of y'all probably dogged him, talked shit about him, played him, like, went after him when he would have approached y'all because of how he was and the things he liked and the things that made him considered lame or unpopular or a nerd. And he came up in the world, instead of marrying a black woman, he decided to go for a white woman. And that's basically what it was, essentially, and to summarize the clapback.
I think that it's less to do, well, I don't care that he married a white woman because I think it has less to do with the fact that she's white and more to do with the fact that she's a comedian. And so he's a comedian, she's a comedian, and I'm pretty sure that they probably connect and get each other on a comedic level, and that's probably where the connection is at.
It probably
and
is.
It has nothing to do with like, oh, black women didn't accept me, or white women were more accepting. She gets my comedic genius, and I get hers.
Right.
And we can have these conversations. And it also probably gives him a completely different perspective into a different world where he wouldn't have that, which is probably really exhilarating to him, because he's a comedian, and so he's always thinking and always looking for a different angle to approach things at. So that's probably what attracted them, that they're both comedians, and they probably both are like deeply into that shit.
Right.
So that's what I was saying.
I think it's just
But
from an outside perspective, it's like niggas that's always like, you can say like, nigga, I wear Jordans, nigga, the latest, greatest, whatever is coming out. And then we see you walking down the street in like Shacks or something all the time. It's just strange. Like, I'm not saying Jordan Peele said he was so pro-black and I'm for the people and all this stuff, because he never claims that, not one bit. And he can marry who he married. But I can definitely see the confusion. Like, this doesn't match, with what you're saying. But I remember being that nerdy person and niggas just really not understanding me or really not getting it. And I had some resentment. Honestly, I remember having some resentment towards black men. Like, well, there's nothing really wrong with me per se.
I don't think that.
But it's not on the level of where a black woman would shit on a black man for doing that shit. No, because there's definitely like niggas that was into anime, and I had some niggas that I could really identify with. I think that's more so of a problem the opposite way around. Like, black women will shit on a black man or not pay him no attention because of his hobbies and shit. Like, just because he's not doing an archetypical black male shit.
I think that
black men do have a harder time with that.
Black men are given less space to self-express in things that aren't immediately deemed masculine, aka sports, hip-hop, drug culture, and sex.
Yep. And then
and
when we don't get that,
gotta be violent.
Yeah, and then when black women don't get that, they think you less than. Yeah. If you in that state, if you don't know what you want and somebody told you what you wanted via whatever's being sold to you, like you said, that the sports, money, drugs, if you let somebody convince you of that's what you want, then that's what you're gonna seek. But if you take the time to figure out, unfortunately, it happens a little bit later. But
I also think that it's a certain type of person that doesn't allow you to like grow in that space. And I think at least our people and people of color, like, when they come from oppressed situations, they don't allow other people around them to do different things because they can't see those different things in themselves.
That's what I was about to say. I don't understand why people feel the need to comment on who he's with in the first place.
Yeah, and so
that's the same thing with, like, if he was gay or
like,
if somebody else is gay, you feel the need. It's not your life, so it really doesn't matter what somebody else is doing. It doesn't affect you.
Still powerful and still representative of like us, and he still is giving back.
I still respect him.
Like, why does
regardless
it matter
of who he loves? Yeah, no.
So when it comes to being pro-black,
I feel like we want.
Do you have
everything.
to be 100% like?
And see, that's what I think it is. I feel
that's
like
what I'm at. Well, that's
we
the
want
now.
everything from everybody now. We want your entire life to feel like it belongs to us, and to have like some type of ownership and some type of dictatorship over how you move, how you behave, what you think. And even if we're coming to you to get the latest and greatest, we still want it given to us in the way that we want.
We want it.
We still want you to be this genius director, but you also have to have a black wife, and you also have to speak out against black issues, and you also have to have an all-black cast or a black leading cast. But if one of those things are missing, then now we're going to come at you because we don't understand. You're not doing it the way that we want you to be doing it, and so that's an issue for us, regardless of all the great things that you are doing. You don't move in the way or the fashion that we think you should be, which is trash.
Well, how do you think the wife feel, though? Because after Get Out, his main theme was blacks are genetically superior.
But here, think about it this way.
How would you feel as a wife, like?
I mean, that's a fact.
I was gonna say it's true though. So
it's true, but like, would you want your wife to be so self-deprecating? Like, you're better than me, honey. I have nothing else.
Like
would
you
you
might
want
not
to look at her
look
like?
at it that way.
I don't think just because we're genetically superior makes us better. I just think that we're less prone to like breaking down diseases if we eat the right shit. We build muscle mass pretty quickly. Most of us have amazing reflexes mentally. We have high capabilities. So I don't think that, but I don't necessarily think that we're better. I just think that genetically we're superior, but I don't think that's a fact. But just because we're genetically superior, you could see like 1,000 crackheads. So we're not necessarily better, just superior. Superior don't mean that you're going to use it.
Right. I mean, you can be superior.
So I don't think you
don't
gotta
do
be
shit with it.
self-deprecating because you can recognize that. It's like I got a Mazda 6 and you got a Ferrari, but you don't ever drive your Ferrari. I drive my Mazda 6 all the time. You walk everywhere. Yeah, you got that Mazda 6. It's probably superior to my car, but
yeah,
you don't use it, so it don't really matter. And so I guess that's how I look at it. It's like, yeah, it's superior, but if it's not being used, it don't matter. And we definitely not all utilizing our superior
that's not a
genetics. Squandered and pissed away.
Yep. Don't get lost. Lost in the sauce.
Yeah. I don't have any more questions. I think that was my only.
Just gonna yell goodbye.
Goodbye.
That was my question for today.
What?
Oh yeah, so again, we're gonna end this the way we started. Rest in peace.
No. Oh. Shit.
No, it's not gonna start like that.
Totally.
My bad. That's how we started. That's literally
Rest in peace. That is how we started, though.
That's how
Technically,
y'all started. That's how y'all
My
started.
bad.
That's not how we started.
Okay,
Y'all
let's get a
started.
restart on that. My bad. Yes, RIP my nigga Nipsey.
RIP my nigga Nip. Yo, Leahy.
hey man, look, she was about to be respectful and giving him some tunes too. Like,
You don't need that.
all right.
Damn.
He got it.
Listen.
He got it.
All right, you got it. You got
She's
it.
like, that's her personal tribute.
Grammy nominated. He got his own
Yes,
too.
Grammy nominated.
But yeah. So this has been Conscious Reconstruction. We talked about a lot of shit.
Yes.
Ash gonna write a description. That's what she do. So y'all get that. Eventually we gonna get timestamps, but I have no idea when that's gonna happen.
When we sit here and listen to the shit back,
Or will we
and we
actually
never
pay
do that
attention
shit.
to it?
You might actually said edit the thing.
I know, because at least they don't ever want to listen. She always be like, I gotta go.
What? What I do?
Yeah, that's always happen. Anyway, follow us on social
Oh my
media.
God.
I'm gonna post it. Y'all gonna say all social medias or no?
Nah.
Man,
Zero.
look, all right, y'all find me at Logical High on Instagram and Logical High 90.mj on Twitter.
All hell King Killmonger. I'm out here.